Sit down. Everybody remain seated where you are.
Hey, man, so you put me on?
Yeah.
Then why isn't alcohol made illegal? Flowers and grass. Like juice freaks get hangers and cirrhosis in the liver. Besides, grass is a habit forming like alcohol. Besides, that cigarette much worse. Right, man. As much as you want.
Have a party. There's nothing wrong with crass. Yeah. 1,000 times. You'll never go to harder drugs.
Don't take any films of me. You're not going to use them anyway.
Well, speak your mind, then.
Okay, I will. No one has the right to tell me what I can do with my own body, what I can eat, drink, or smoke. Take away my constitutional rights.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Tell you about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Good morning, friends. Join us and start your day with a gentle meditation from Hoosier Sophisticate. Let us all remember, we are only as good as our last breath. Good morning. Once you get yourself into a comfortable, settled position, I'd like you to imagine yourself waking in the morning before the sun comes up. You didn't need to set an alarm. You just woke on your own feeling completely refreshed and ready for the day ahead. It's still dark outside. And since you have some extra time, you feel the urge to go outside and watch the sunrise. Let your mind go to the place that is most relaxing to you. You could imagine going for a walk on the beach or taking a nice long walk along your favorite natural trail. Perhaps you imagine yourself sitting on your front porch, all bundled up in your robe and slippers, with a hot cup of coffee. Wherever you imagine yourself being right now, begin to take in some deep breaths. As you're breathing slowly in and out, you notice a sense of calm flood your body. Repeat this slow, deep breathing exercise 4 more times. Then turn your focus to the sky. As the sun has just barely started to rise, you notice the stars still high above you begin to fade away as the outline of the trees that surround you begin to come to life as they are backlit by the gorgeous rising sun. As the sun continues to come up, the sky begins to take on a deep, vibrant orange color. As the trees become more vivid and clear, you watch the leaves on the trees sway with the morning breeze. You begin to feel the sensation of the breeze flowing through your hair ever so gently. You are warm and comfortable. You close your eyes in this moment and feel a smile begin to stretch across your face. You begin to feel grateful for this moment. It's as if you are the only one experiencing this specific view, this breeze, the smell of the fresh morning air right now. You appreciate the feeling of relaxation in this quiet moment that you weren't even expecting to partake in. You feel completely present now. You've come to the revelation that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you are perfectly content with where you are on your journey right now. Continue to bask in this moment, eyes closed, warm and snugly, taking in the sounds that surround you, the birds chirping and the leaves in the wind. Soak up these precious moments for as long as you possibly can. Take a few more deep breaths, and then open your eyes again to see the deep orange sky has now turned gold. The clouds have taken on a beautiful pink hue. It's a gorgeous morning, and all is well. As you watch the beautiful pink clouds slowly pass through the morning sky, a sense of appreciation fills you up. You appreciate everything that is currently working in your life. You appreciate the challenges because you know they are meant to make you stronger. You feel beyond grateful for the ability to bask in this beautiful morning. A day filled with high hopes, ambition, strength, and courage is waiting for you, and you're getting an amazing start. You're learning to quiet your mind. You're learning to appreciate the beauty in everything that surrounds you and fills your heart with love. Be compassionate with yourself and with others today. Appreciate your journey and where others are on theirs. We are all passengers on this train of life, and our journeys are all different. The sky has now gone from gold to blue, and your heart is full of love. May today be kind to you. May all of the things you want for this day come easy to you. May you take time to look up and appreciate the beauty of the sky today. And remember this quiet and tranquil moment of peace and calm that got you started off on the right foot.
Are you ready for your morning motivation? You can't do anything. Coming through with a high kick to your brain, son.
Whoa.
That's what I do, baby. Hey, welcome to Hoosier Sophisticate.
What's up, bud?
You ready?
I'm ready, Jack.
You're breathing. You're feeling good. You're watching the clouds roll by. This guy looks swole right now. You know how he got swole? He's motivated.
I'm motivated.
He's a motivated man. And this morning, we're going to fire you up. Come on, everybody out for a jog. Everybody get out of your car. Oh, my God.
Jesus criminy. Steve's a little motivated.
I just spilled coffee everywhere. I just spilled
Fudge.
coffee everywhere. It's burning hot. Waffle House, get your shit together. Get motivated in the morning, Waffle House.
They're not listening. They're not listening.
They might be. I told them.
They're not listening to the morning meditation, and they're not listening to the morning motivation.
I don't know. I told them about the show.
You go in to a Waffle House at 6:30 in the morning. There's got to be Java on the burner, bud.
You expect Joe Jack?
I expect little Joe Jack.
I expect some Joe Jack.
I don't think it's a crazy thing to ask. Let's see what's going on.
They made me some coffee. This thing is just it's
gone. It's way gone. That's all right.
We got plenty of lighters here,
good.
guys.
We got things.
Guys, okay. Here's your words of motivation. You aren't a big as piece of shit as you think you are. Okay. I don't know. Maybe you might
Perhaps.
be. You might be. I'm no one to judge
Might
that.
be total garbage.
That's for you to decide. In your brain, in your heart, don't care what other people think. You think we care what other people think? Yeah, a little.
A lot.
Certainly an amount.
I'd like for you to follow this page.
There's certainly an amount that we care, okay? There's certainly somewhere on the spectrum we care a little bit, okay?
Jesus.
But you need to fire up just like this computer's all fired up with ads right now, because guess what? There are people in the world.
Yep.
There are people in our group. Thank you. There are people in our group, too, and struggling, battling, and you'll never know. Or maybe you might. Will you help? Will it help motivate you to be better? Will other people's motivations and inspirations inspire you? Yeah, I think so if you let it. If you open your damn heart, open your damn mind, and let the world at you. Take the world on, baby. The world's coming whether you like it or not. The world is going to come. It's going to come hard and fast.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
You gonna swallow it, bud?
You decide. You get to decide that part. No one can you force people? Probably.
To come?
To swallow it. Like a kid taking medicine. I'm sure you've probably seen the video. That's why I'm asking you.
Probably not a great
You've seen the video.
At the time, but yes.
That happens.
Probably,
you've seen it.
Probably
You've seen it is what I'm saying.
Yes,
you've seen it. Yes, okay. So you know what? You got options. A few people don't. On the text line, people are coming like crazy. Guys, I just if there's one thing I want you to know, say it with me. 3, 2, 1. You can do anything. What's up, buddy?
He did say come, Elise. He always says come. The thing is when you're making...
I did not.
When you're making a cum analogy...
Did I talk about cum?
You talked about the earth coming.
Oh, I did. You're right.
This is just a pro tip. This is a pro tip. If you are going to talk about coming, and make an analogy of it, it's typically good to keep children away from that analogy if you want to maintain any modicum of credibility. Not that we do. Not that it matters. Not that it matters all that much.
I'll motivate your kids.
Jesus.
I'll motivate anyone in my way. I'm a coach. Oh, I didn't tell you that.
Well, I mean, I knew that you were coaching kids, but
I didn't tell you what happened with the last
year. You didn't? No, you didn't.
My team was I get there. I'm fun.
Yeah, you're a fun
coach.
Fun coach.
I'm a fun coach. Okay.
I'm not.
I want my team to have fun first and foremost.
I'm making them run gassers.
But see, I got problems because there's a balance there of how much fun you're having.
That's right.
And how much your team is respecting you.
Respect your. Yes, that's right.
Why? Why is that a correlation with children where they think?
I don't think it's just with children, homie. I think that people I don't think that people ever learn that lesson. I don't think it's just.
You're gonna have to napkin up my brains, dog. You might have just changed my life.
Brains off of the wall.
You might have just changed my life.
I don't think it's just kids, bud.
Is that why I'm not getting any respect in my life?
Probably.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
100% what I'm saying. If you're the joke to everybody, then guess what? When it's time to be serious, you're just joking again.
You guys think I'm a joke?
Why do you think
I'm guys? That's ridiculous. You guys think I'm a joke? That's stupid. Actually, that's fine. I'm just gonna clean up this spill on the floor here, Traeger. I'm gonna need to get some cleaning products. So this floor's holding up though.
Come and Go coffee game is strong. I miss Come and Go. Everybody up here in St. Louis is like, I like Quick Trip.
No one says that.
I'm a big fan of Quick Trip. I will drive past other gas stations just to go to Quick Trip.
No one says that.
You've never been to a come and go, Jack.
I'm a Casey's guy.
Casey's
Give me
pizza.
all the Casey's.
But their coffee is the worst thing that's ever been made.
I ain't trying to get
You're trying
coffee
to get
from a
breakfast
gas
za.
station, Jack.
Trying to get breakfast za.
I'm not, dude.
Dude, I'll tell you who's got the best coffee game in the gas station realm
Who?
are the Circle K's. They got those little, the little espresso machines, and they are fucking the game up.
Yeah, but they're always, now they're real weird. They're like, can I make your coffee for you? And you're in there in the morning.
How about go fuck yourself, bud?
But yeah, make that coffee.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
like
can I
a
get that
cup of
coffee?
coffee.
Yeah, put just a little cream and sugar. They
Great.
think that that's somehow going to stop things from spreading. That if one dirty heathen behind the counter
Touches
is filling
everybody's.
everyone's cup, that's the way to do it. Has this guy been tested? Has he been tested with the gun? With the the temperature gun, not the fever gun.
Yeah.
Not
The
a
fever- the fever
CZP07,
gun?
bro.
Yeah, right. I already fucking blew your whole back out with my 45, bud. There's a hole this big in you. Before you can
Bullshit.
even think about using your little CZ, your little Czechoslovakian gun, bud.
That gun protected. I named it Alexandra
Did you watch that?
because
Go ahead.
it just protected
It protected.
that area.
Did you, how about that video of the guy with the cougar? What a fucking pussy that guy was.
Is someone breaking into this building?
No,
Did
it's
you-
somebody driving with a trailer.
You hear that? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I put it at the beginning of our broadcast watch party yesterday.
Oh, did you?
So people would actually
Yeah,
watch
that
a
guy's
part of this.
fucking puss.
That guy's a puss.
He's a big, giant pussy. I'm
Hol-
saying it. 65 million people saw it in a day yesterday. The things that he's saying to that cat made me wish the cat would have ripped out his.
Oh, I thought he was great.
I thought he was the worst.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, come on,
Fuck
dude.
you.
The cat's like, "Hey, bud."
What was up with that weird running style?
It scares
With
you.
the floppy.
Kick the fucking.
It made me think it wasn't quite right.
Oh, that's
that
how
cat.
cougars come.
That's how cougars
That's how
come?
cougars come.
You've made a cougar
I've
come a day.
made several cougars come in my day, and that's what they're flailing.
I don't know who said it because I don't care to remember people's names that much.
100%. Who's got that kind of fucking bandwidth?
I don't.
Who's got that bandwidth?
Not this guy. So that there was a championship level comment yesterday on the page on that.
On our
that-
page?
Yes, on that post.
Okay.
Someone said, "Yeah, man, I had a problem just like that back in the bars back in the 70s. This old gal, I was like, go on, get home back to your kids. Go on, get."
It was,
Pretty
I
good.
can't blame the guy for
Pretty
using
good.
the cougar defense that he knows. I can't blame him for that.
The guy, you
Yeah.
said you hated that
Yeah,
guy.
I know, but I do. I hate him. I wish the cougar would have killed him.
That would have been a better video.
It would have been a way better video. It would have had 120 million views today. And that's what the world's about. Views and likes, bud.
Oh, that's the only currency
Views
in this world.
and likes are the only currency in this bankrupt world.
Yeah, isn't that the line from
That's,
Almost Famous?
Yeah, it's
that's
almost
it.
that.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's
pretty
it.
much verbatim what he said.
No, I thought the cougar thing was, I mean, I don't know what else the guy can do. Everybody says pick up a rock and throw it sooner. I think that the moment.
Second you go, but when he went down, the cougar ran off.
No, he went down and threw a rock.
Well, I know, but that's
popped
what I'm
it with a
saying.
rock.
As soon as he went down, cougar took off. Listen, you're not sounding big and bad. You're like, "Ah, I'm just trying to make big noises. Come
Dude,
on, bud.
he was trying
bud.
he was throwing every play in the playbook, bud. He had his notebook. He had the green
That
notebook.
cat couldn't have been less scared. Couldn't have been less scared.
I bet that cat was freaking
Get
out.
big, bud.
He was. He said,
Hey,
I'm big and
listen,
scary.
You know what
He
you
kept
gotta
saying,
do?
I'm big and
You know what
scary.
he said it to him. You can't.
I-
You gotta be it.
That's
bud.
what I do when I fight guys. I go, I'm big and
I'm
scary,
big and-
man.
You know what I do? I stick my
Headbutt
belly
him and
out,
spit in their
the zombie
on the arms. That's how I
bare-legged,
did. Walk like Sean.
That's what I do, bud.
Why?
Because it scares regular, healthy beings.
It would scare the shit out of me if you did that.
If I
down the
just
shit.
went up to you and you were like, you're talk
Zombie
shit, like you're on Fight Me.
Dude, you got a real problem,
Yeah?
man.
Really?
And I'm gonna fight you. That's frightening.
I'm fucking you
That's
up.
frightening,
Wanna
Sean.
come get a piece of that?
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
FGTV. Shout out to our guys at FGTV.
Yeah, if you guys want to maybe share our channel.
Share our
Serial
channel
media
with,
on YouTube, FGTV, that would be real swell.
Asika Schneier said, "I'm a cougar, and I can confirm." Oh, doggy.
There's a lot of poop in Elise's pants if that cat comes up on her. Listen, I get it.
That's one thing you can do. Cover your smell. Yeah. You want to cover your smell. Like in Jurassic Park 4, when the Indominus Rex gets out and he has to pour gasoline all over himself. Or in Predator.
And self-immolate.
Or in Predator.
Because that will scare the shit out of a predator. You set yourself on fire, that predator's like, fuck.
I wonder if the cougar would be like, barbecue.
Buddy, I used to build limos with this guy.
Barbecue.
He was the most annoying human being on earth.
More than me?
Yes.
Okay.
This is how he laughed. Every time he laughed, this is how he laughed.
No, he did not.
He did.
No, he did.
And
no,
I'm a funny guy that makes people laugh a lot, Steve.
Oh, man.
I gotta hear.
Is that true?
I don't know. But it was with him.
Why did you do that? Why did you make him laugh?
I couldn't help it. Everything. But he was a madman. He was a crazy person.
Oh, duh.
And when he fought,
if you laugh like that, you should go to jail.
Square off with a guy in a bar. So I used to find myself in interesting situations with interesting people.
Because I'm an American car guy.
I make car parts for the American working man because that's who I am and that's who I care about. This guy, I watched this guy ready to kill old. We used to call him. And he squares off.
You actually called him.
We called him. Hey, his name was Chuck. But we were like, hey, what's up to? Because
you guys are rude.
We are rude. Listen, this guy he was about to get fucking murked by this guy in the bar.
Oh, okay.
Some guy he was hitting on his gal or something. Who knows?
Was he good looking? Either of the guys?
I mean, he was good looking ish.
He was?
Yeah.
And he laughed like that?
And he laughed like a total
What
ass.
an asshole, dude.
He squares off with this guy, and I'm like, oh, this does not bode well for...
Because the other guy's big?
It looks like it's going to be a bad day for old Chuck. And Chuck goes like this. You want to fuck with me, bud? Rakes his face with both of his hands.
I've seen that.
Face.
I've seen that move.
He's got stripes of blood going down his face, and that dude was like, "No, man, I just appreciate if you gave my girlfriend some space."
That's all I'm asking you to do.
That's what I would have done to the cougar. I'd have raked my own face. Be like, you think your claws are gonna do something to me, bud?
And I would say, yeah.
Yes, because they're 4 inches longer.
Yep, they're way bigger, way longer.
That cougar was kind of small though.
That's what I thought, but I don't think any cougar is a small cougar. There's no, because my cat will mess me up.
Your cat will mess you up?
Well, if you're like, it'll scratch you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I got you. She
mess
jumped,
me
she
up
jumped
is
off
a-
my lap the other day, and I'm like, fucking leaves? You did that for leaves?
She loves the leaves.
She loves the leaves.
Yeah, so it would have been worse if he had to shoot it. Because it was just protecting its babies.
Sure.
And you know what's funny? It's so weird how people can make you feel. Because I was listening to the comments of it. Mm-hmm. Listening to the comments. I was reading the comments. And this lady says, "Oh, this video is terrible. That poor mountain lion."
No, she didn't.
Trying to
I
protect
want people
her
like
babies.
that to die by bears and cats. I really do. I want people like that to
A
be
little bit.
murdered by predators.
She made me hate like everything in my life. Just that one
I
comment.
can't stand those people.
She's like, that's exactly
Did
what.
you know that they kill bears? I'm like, did you know fucking bears will come into your house and
Did you see that video of breaking down the front door of that bear? Oh,
They're not your fucking friend. They're not Yogi Berra. Okay?
the best documentary. Good thing, yeah. The best documentary is Diaries of the Bear Man. Remember that guy?
Okay.
You ever seen that guy?
Haven't.
Probably wrong name on the title.
Okay.
But he lived with bears. And he's like, "Oh, hey, this is my buddy." Not kidding. This is how this guy talks. "Oh, that's Jackson in the back. He's a real ornery one." So he lived.
He's an ornery one.
He lived in the. You've never heard of this? The Bear Man, the Bear Diary, some shit.
I know I haven't. I believe you.
He lived with the bears, dude. I'm talking lived with them.
Okay.
By himself, filming everything.
Okay.
This one bear's his friend. He's always coming around camp. They can get real close to each other. He knows how to mimic the bear's body language, and he's moving around. And then,
he talk like Stuart Smalley-ish?
Really, it's a kind of a weird deal, the whole situation in a whole.
Is he a YouTube channel? Is he like PBS?
I think he was like a old school animal guy, and then said, just went for it. Just went for it.
Okay,
like,
I'm with that. I'm cool with that.
But when I was expecting to watch the documentary, you're expecting this dude to live with bears. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary of the guy who raised wolves. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he was the alpha wolf. He was biting them. They were biting him. He was bleeding all the time. Like, it was a whole deal. So I was expecting a guy like that who's like, I'm Rochambeau. I'm out here, de Charbonneau out here. Some a mountain man. No, it's just this little guy. He's doing his thing.
It's not Robert Redford.
But he keeps talking about, he's like, this bear's ornery. This one, get out. You're being bad. You're being naughty. Quit being such a naughty bear. Well, guess which bear ends up eating him? Guess which, literally.
Was it the ornery one?
It was the ornery bear. It was the ornery bear. You ding, 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 ding. The ornery bear got him, bud. Got him good. Killed him good. I was
surprised.
Killed him real good, bud. That's what happens when you mess with fire, you're going to get burned.
You don't go down there and mess with a little bit of fire.
OMG.
You're going to get burned.
Oh, here we go.
You're going to get burned.
Bear fucker, says Dan Hendrickson. Dan Hendrickson, what's up,
bear fucker. I would love to get a little bear fucker costume for...
Oh, is that from Super Troopers?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Predator, cover yourselves in mud. So to go back to the coaching thing, that's where all this started.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
Hit him with
him and his girlfriend?
Oh, and his girlfriend for
real? First off, that's her shitty taste in men. If you got a guy who is clearly saying,
women,
this bear here, he got a little bit of an attitude problem.
Well, who is this guy on the field now?
You were saying he's like Charbonneau.
Oh, okay. He's not a mountain man. No, he's not. He's
got ornery alligators.
Why the alligator so
ornery?
Oh, got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Adam Sandler. That's what I like.
That's what I'm... Wrong button.
That was awesome.
You're a coach. You're a coach.
If you're listening to this show on the podcast, you can catch it on YouTube, Periscope. And if you're watching it right now and you're like, man, I wish I could go through the rest of my phone but still hear these guys, there's a way.
Periscope!
There's a way. You can download the Periscope app and then you can listen in the background. I swear. Hand to God. I swear. I was the one who ate the sheep shit. You ever seen that movie with Matthew Perry and Chris Farley? Head east, head west.
Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes. Wagons East or Wagons West or whatever was the last John Candy movie, because they both had like.
I thought he died during Cool. No, he didn't die during Cool Runnings.
No, it was. I think that was his last movie. It was like Head East or. Okay. No, that's that band.
John Candy, man.
I love John Candy.
Let me give you a little native hemp up in the gullet, man.
Wagons East. Thank you. Adam's on it.
Adam's
today.
on one today.
He's on one today,
I'll tell you
man.
why. Because Adam is a man of history. Bungeon Property Group will give you this moment in history every now and then.
Yeah, they will. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet.
Well, listen, you know what we like to talk about today? Well, you know what we like to talk about every day, Adam? You want to know what you signed up for? We talk about cum, okay? And on this day in 1894, E.E. Cummings was born.
Oh, drop the mic. Show is over. Show is over. Alrighty then.
The Carey family reunion.
Okay, sorry, it got me.
Listen,
my soccer team.
Your soccer team. They don't respect you.
I got 5 girls, 5 boys.
Girls are all the players too, huh? Besides the live.
Reagan, I can say their first names right on here.
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
I don't know.
I9
probably.
Not my kids.
Reagan is a player. Reagan, Staley.
Kindergarten through 3rd grade, those girls are the players.
I got Reagan and Staley, and Reagan's sister, Brooke, I love her. She's, I don't know. I'm not going to talk shit on any kids on YouTube. Okay,
especially when their parents are tuning in to hear.
They're tuning in.
They
can't. They cannot tune in. I won't be allowed to coach anymore. But I'm there to pump tires, baby. That's what I'm here. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to pump. Come on, you're good. You got it.
Yep.
But I don't have the time for
Who does?
I don't
Who's
have
got
the
that
time
kind of
for the BS.
I'm here to win.
There's this kid Mustafa. I really honestly enjoyed this whole
Good morning,
team.
TJ.
I got some personalities on this team.
Okay.
I got little Alice who's like, I am here and I am going to play soccer today.
There's
And
always
my
a
name
little
is Alice, not Allison. And I called her Allison a few times. She's like, oh my gosh, like.
Why doesn't
What?
he get it?
He doesn't understand. Probably a real good student, just a good kid out there. Gets hit and does, gets hit with the ball. It's like, and it's like, that happens.
Sure.
Like, let's keep going here. And then her best buddy, Abby, who is just, she's the heart and soul of the team. She's a wild card. She has no fear of anything. She'll get hit with the ball. She maybe not fastest or most athletic, but
She's a
God,
tank.
she's killing it.
She's a
out
little
there.
tank out
She
there.
is great. Love her, and she'll say whatever. She's funny. It's great. Then I got Brooke and Reagan, who are sisters. Brooke's little sister, so she's just kind of out there. And Reagan's Mia Hamm.
Gabby.
Reagan's Mia. Oh yeah, I called her Abby a few times. Can't get any of their names right.
That's okay. You're not
Can't
it's
get
not
any
your
of
job.
their not my job. And Reagan or Regan.
That's why
I call.
That's why you gotta.
Yeah,
have,
I got it. I'm sure. I'll apologize to her next show.
Yeah, that's why you gotta just have a nickname for every kid. That makes them
I
feel
only have
special.
one nickname. Ivan for Ivan. He's Pockets.
Pockets.
Because if we put Pockets on him, he's running around with his
What's
hands.
the
in his
deal? He
pocket.
doesn't do that at home, walking around. What's the
He
deal with
just-
this?
it's
Pockets?
comfort zone. I was
makes him
this,
feel a little-
and my coaches would get on me.
The
If
long
we had
sleeves,
cold games,
yeah.
I would play like this, and they're like, if you're thinking about how cold you are, you ain't playing soccer." And I go, no. If I pull these out, then
I'm thinking
thus
about how
I
cold
shall
I
be
am.
thinking about how cold. Right now, I'm good, bud.
Ivan
I
said
will-
he's the best on the team.
Ivan is. Ivan's got wheels. Like I got 4 players on my team. I got Staley, Reagan, Ivan, and Kyron. Kieran, like I said.
Kieran, probably, yeah.
Kyron. It's Kyron. Because I always think Kieran Elazin, and it's not.
Okay, all right,
Kieran
I believe-
Elazin on the road that I must travel. Kieran Elazin on the highway in the night. You've heard that song
He's
before?
second best.
He's the fastest dude on the team.
Let's
settle
that
down
plays.
with all the second best nonsense because it's Reagan, it's Staley, and then it's I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you right now, son. Through the phone, through this thing, you got some work to do. Okay, you're up there. You're at the top of my squad, bud. He's hustling.
That's all I need out of
He's got
kid.
a motor.
I need a kid with a motor.
And it's fun because he has a dad. He'll sprint up and down the field, and people are like, "Jeez,
Dude."
Like, and he won't even really be near the ball. He'll just be cooking, and they're like, "That kid's fast."
I think it was third grade
and,
soccer.
and I'm like, "He's quick."
Third grade soccer.
What is that? What's wrong with me
we
that
played
makes
over,
me feel so good?
We played over at Sublet Park, which might as well.
I love
have,
you, buddy. You are great.
Might as well have been a gravel field. Over at Sublet Park where we played.
God.
All of the
With the
fields.
warehouses in the
Yes,
background,
all of
one
the-
of my favorite fields in
all of
all
the
of
fields.
St. Louis.
Actually, I think I like to play at
That's
Limp
a video
Park, too.
game field.
Limp Park wasn't bad either.
Oh, Lemp Park, where
Over by Withnell.
the
and
one that's down lower.
It's sitting up behind. It's right by behind Gus's Pretzels. Over off of Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I like the one that sits low
but
by
it-
the brewery. That if you're going, the brewery's on
that's
your
the one I'm
left.
talking about.
Oh, is Gus's Pretzels?
Oh no, you're
No,
down.
no,
You're
it's
down by
Broadway.
the riverfront.
Yes,
Oh yeah. We
that's
never got
a
to play there.
No, that became something later. I
That's a
feel like
softball field.
Yeah, that's a softball field.
I remember walking. This is how much this sticks in my head because I couldn't tell you the score of the game.
Dan Hendrickson has a big old dick.
What's up, Dan Henderson? Dan Henderson has a
Huge hog.
hog. That guy knows how to work some wood.
Would work it. He always wants to.
I
grab
don't
it.
remember who we played. It was probably Pius. We were probably like.
That was Hannigan's
Yeah,
squad.
we ended up coming together. Like those two schools, Resurrection and Pius came together for basketball. We still play each other. Oh yeah, we were a
You
scrappy.
had
little-
Hannigan, Roberts.
It was me. Our starting five was me, Jason Roberts, Andy Hannigan,
Gabriel,
Chad
that one
Hayflinger,
little
and Matt
kid.
Weirick. And Matt Weirick ended up
9
being like
9 foot,
6'10". He was a point guard. He could shoot from anywhere. Scrappy little bunch. St. Gabe's didn't know what was coming at him. That's not what we're here to talk about today. You'll get that. You'll get that story another day. I just
Barn
want to
burner, baby.
We're gonna get back to you and your soccer team. I just want I want you to know how much it stuck in my head that when Pete Freezy came up to me as I was walking off the field of Sublet Park, and he's like, Captain Wheels. He said it right as the second half started because I was flying up the wing, bud. I was flying up the side. I was just trying to get me a little crossover into the center.
Your feet never touched the ground.
Never touched the ground. He called me Captain Wheels, and buddy, I was Captain Wheels for the rest of the day. I had a motor for the rest of that game. He called me again after, and for the rest of that season, I was just the guy that ran. Bud.
Yep.
I was the guy, all because Pete Freezy had a stupid nickname for me, Captain Wheels. Come on, Pete.
No, that's good.
Call me Hot Wheels or something.
Man. I don't know. I like that because one time, rest in peace, Bob Gibson. But I'll never forget. I was pitching a playoff game for my little Corey League team, and I had pitched the day before like 5 shutout, and you could only pitch so many innings.
Yep,
so I
that's the rules.
Came in to close this game because I was a steed at baseball until I don't know what happened. My vision went. Like I thought I was going to play shortstop for the Cardinals. Like I thought it was going to happen.
Sure.
And so I come in to pitch this game, and I was like out of gas. I could like feel it. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. My arm can't throw as hard as it usually does because I had a slider and I had a fastball. I had a ball that had a little bit of movement to the outside, and I was like, okay.
Yep.
And my dad and the other coach, they're like, come on, Hoot. Come on, Hoot. Started calling me Hoot, like Bob Gibson. Sure as shit, dude. I'm like, with this leg kick,
You're bringing it.
I am as hard as I can, end up, striking out the side, and I'll never forget the Hoot. Them calling me Hoot had some sort of inspiration inside of me that I was like, I'll throw this ball through the fucking catcher. I'll throw it through this dude. And Benson was the catcher, so it was like this great.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. So my squad's good. I got some knuckleheads. I got this little kid, Mustafa, and he's great. His parents have no clue what's going on. His shin guards are on the outside. God love him. They're just having him out there.
I saw a kid wearing
he's my
shin
favorite.
pads on his knees.
I remember I had this real poor kid in my grade school. I loved him. They wouldn't let him play without shin guards, so he'd stuff Kleenex and trash from the park into his socks.
Good for him.
He would cut
He just wanted to play, dude.
He would cut a cup like this.
He just wanted to play, bud.
And he put half in there.
Good for him.
Oh, for sure. He set a fire at my house, though, so let's reel it in on how he
set fires.
I remember we tried to blow it out, and it blew behind the table.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we were like, that was so dumb. It was like paper that was burning.
Yep.
So you have to practice for 30 minutes, and then you're in a game for 30 minutes. I don't like that.
Okay.
I like to have them interacting. Their games, they're like, stand in line for a while. Stand in line for a while. I don't want to have these kids ever stand in line.
Why?
Not me.
That's
not on this
dumb.
team. Not on the Badgers.
That's
that ain't
dumb.
gonna happen. No.
No.
My drills, we're moving the whole time, and I'm telling them, hey, keep moving. I'm just trying to. Whoa, come on.
When you're not doing the drill, sit there with the ball on your feet.
That's
Keep
what
the
I tell
ball
them.
at your feet, bud.
That's what I tell them. Keep moving. I want these kids to get comfortable
It's the number
with
one
the ball.
rule in soccer. Like that's another thing. Let's not teach these kids to be sedentary. You got to be moving when you don't have the ball.
Move when you don't.
That's the most important thing.
I
Move
killed
when you
people.
don't have the ball.
I killed people because I would run without the ball, and they're like, I guess I should run with
because if
this
they don't
guy.
cover you, guess what? Bloop.
Well, I wouldn't never pass me the ball, but they didn't know that. The other team didn't know that.
How dangerous you were.
They didn't know how undangerous I was and how much my teammates disliked me. So they assumed I better cover this guy because and then they'd be dead by the end of the game. I
Sure.
could see it in other people's eyes. I'm
and
like,
they're
dying.
defeated. They're defeated.
So we're about 15, 20 minutes into practice. I got 4 kids that want nothing to do with soccer. That
just happens. That's all right.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, I get into a situation. My team has usually 4 subs. So, yeah, I got 10 kids out there. My team usually, because it's 5 and a goalie. So I usually have 3 to 4 subs. So they tell you to sub at the quarter. I can't get in all these kids, get them enough playing time. If I'm just subbing at every quarter, there's some kids are going to play dang near the whole game or 100%. Sit for 5 minutes. I'm not having that. Yeah. I'm rotating them in like an indoor soccer team.
Yeah, that's like a hockey game.
On the thank you.
You got to do it that way.
I have to.
Well, at that age you have to. Otherwise, you're not going to keep kids engaged in the sport.
It's tough as it is.
It's already hard.
Yes,
you got to give the kids something to do. Like, come on, man.
So we're in the middle of practice, And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a little game going, just a little inner scrimmage. And then I tell them to get a drink. And I'm like, what's up? Can we start this game? Like, can we get this game? And the other team is putting the balls away or whatever. My team's ready to go when it's game time. Listen, when that bell, when it hits that time, I want to have that much time. Every minute counts when we're playing games. Let's go.
Yeah, every second, yeah.
So the Bulls are taking their sweet-ass time over there.
The Bull, it's just like a Bull.
And their coach is good, though, too. He puts a lot of effort and makes it fun and stuff.
Fun.
I hate
That's
him.
Fun.
I hate him.
Kill him with fire.
So the Bulls are jackassing
Call
around
yourself
as
the Matador, bud.
He's jackassing around as per usual. I get my team. Well, my team is now worked into some sort of frenzy. They are sprinting around
Berserkers,
me.
buddy. The Berserker Badgers.
They are sprinting.
They listen to your morning motivation.
They're yelling and running around.
Okay.
I'm standing there kind of. You can feel the parents' eyes watching you from around the field. You can feel it as the coach. I know.
Sure.
And you know there's knuckleheads in there who are like, this is what you consider soccer. Get out here and do it yourself. No one else wanted to do this. That's where I'm at this point in my life. I used to care about that stuff when I worked and coached because I used to work at Veta, coach and ref. And so after some games reffing 7-year-olds, I'd go home. I'd be in the locker room like, Jesus Lord. I remember thinking about professional refs, and I go, I guess you just get to a point where you're like, I'll blow a perfect game. I don't care. Sure. Even though that guy, it ate him up. Angel Hernandez, who blew that perfect game. Remember that kid's perfect game from
Wasn't
Detroit?
Angel Hernandez.
From
it was,
Detroit.
Jim Jones. Not Jim
Yeah.
Jones. Not Jim Jones.
The cult leader.
Kool-Aid guy. I got Colts
Could've
on the
been him.
brain, guys.
Okay, so now they're just sprinting around the field. I don't know what's happened. I can feel the parents going, what is going on the field? So I stand there for a minute. I'm like, well, WWSD, what would Steve do? You know, what would
Jim Joyce.
Jim Joyce, thank you. Yes, you're so close. I'm like, what, how do you handle this situation when I have lost all control? Yeah. It's chaos out there.
Naturally.
Sprinting. So I start to yell, you think I care? You think I care? Your parents will appreciate this. Run that energy out. And I'm like, yeah.
That's how
Start
you get
encouraging.
That's how you get the parents back in your
I thought
court.
that was the play. I thought I could hear some chuckles from the sidelines. I'm like, you think I care that my team is out of absolute control right now? I don't. I mean, I'd like to have some control where, some other teams, this one team has like a bunch of 8 and 9-year-old boys. And I'm like, what are they doing out here? You know what I mean? Even though girls are better
Cheating
anyway.
is what they're doing.
They just have
They
like a
stack
team. They just have like a team that's played together, I think.
Yeah, good idea in I-9 sports.
I-9 has done great.
I-9
as
is
much
awesome.
crap as I talked on Gallagher.
No, I-9, they're about getting the kids playing. I can appreciate it.
Really? Have you ever done
if you're
I-9 stuff?
Yeah, with Landon we did
Oh, man, they're
great.
really good. Great communication.
Absolutely great.
Yeah. I mean,
If you're
way better
stacking
than
a
Gallagher.
team, if you're stacking a team in I-9, what's the matter with you, bud?
Well, they had to change
You don't
things
like
up.
women, you don't like equal rights? What's the deal?
Yeah, and that
Tell
actually
them.
a team.
Name them. What was the team name?
It was they all began
Sand
with
Snakes?
Bulls.
Huh?
They all begin with B. I mean,
They're all Bs?
Bears maybe. It might have been
Would
Bears.
be the Bears. It would be the Bears.
The baby Bears. Ugh. So I get my team back in line. We end up, Ivan's running around, killing it. I don't know if he's still listening, but everybody's hustling their heart out. It's 2-2. A lot of my games go to tie. I'm like the Greeks. I'm the European Greeks. I play a 9 defenders type situation. Actually, get up there, man. Get. Let's go
Play a
score
long
some
ball?
goals.
Or are you trying to?
Oh, I'm playing up back throughs. I'm playing Dutch soccer. I'm playing Dutch style soccer. I'm playing the fusion.
I'm a big fan of the orange in a way that they get it.
The Spaniards took it to a new level.
It's a prettier game. It's
the most beautiful thing of all.
Spaniards they got to dance.
The Spaniards and the Brazilians, when they're going on all cylinders, it's some of the most beautiful thing you'll ever see in your life. Because
what I love about soccer is how different the styles are around the world. You watch the Germans play, and they play a vertical game, and everything's in the air. We're 6'6", and we're gonna put headers on you. What you gonna do about it?
And we're men. We're grown men out here in the middle.
Men into scat
We're into some weird stuff.
Weird sexual proclivities.
And that's fine.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You know why? Because we play a vertical soccer game.
The Greeks are all. They won Euro 2000 by every game was 0-0, and they would win in like overtime or PKs.
Yeah, and
that's the only way they did it.
Do you know how hard it is to defend 11 grown men that are fully naked and greased up? It's hard. It's impossible to put a body on
The Greeks
somebody.
proved it in 2000. I think it was Euro 2000.
It's impossible.
But so I teach an up back through, which means you got a couple people up here. You got people, your forwards, running back to the ball.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're running back to the ball. What they do, what your guy with the ball does, your midfielder, he's going to put a ball back to your defender. So the ball's actually going back in your zone. Well, you got another guy making a run over the top, back, up, back, through. Now you look for a through ball, you're gone. You know, you just keep doing that. In little places, just keep trying to outnumber them. We put together some passes, which I was very, very proud of. But then once I started to get into passing, everyone's like, oh, I'm not getting a pass. And it's like, well, get open. Demand the ball out there.
Get a pass.
I used to demand the ball out there. You have to. And then if you're open, people will give you the ball, and then they'll trust you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the game, I have to give out these medals, which I got mixed emotions about that. They give you 2 medals. Every kid's supposed to get one at the end of the year. I mean, if we're being honest,
it's not the end of the year yet.
Like Staley, Reagan, Ivan, Kyron, they should probably all have all the medals. Like, if we're gonna get real, if we're like giving out real medals for stuff, I got mixed emotions. Am I teaching a kid a lesson by all of?
No, you're not.
But at 5, dude, am I just trying to make it fun?
Do you know how much I cherished like the first trophy that I got? I don't think that I got. I mean, the first off, any of the trophies that I won were like team trophies. So like if Resurrection won a basketball, we got one trophy. So we got
we got
we didn't get little individual. So I don't think it was until I was in high school in like track and field that like I got individual medals. The only trophy that I won up until that point, like I was given a trophy at the end of our football season at Kirkwood. We were, whatever, first place trophies for. I did get that, but it was at the end of the year at a banquet. My kid got a medal too. And we actually won something. Like we wanted the trophy. We went and got the trophy. We went and got it, And outside of that, I got a little fishing trophy for Boy Scouts. I caught the biggest fish at
you son of a bitch.
Horseshoe Lake. So
you have a fishing trophy and I don't?
Trophy. It's blue. It's got a big old gold bass on it.
Dog crap.
Because I caught the biggest fish. It was a blue cat. It was a blue cat, and it was at Cronolette Park.
And you're on a noodle.
Yeah, I was floating on a noodle.
What is this kid doing?
Pushing trash away. They didn't know. They didn't know my secrets. But it is weird for me to. I certainly understand.
Does the kid correlate it? Because what I do is
I think the kids don't know any better, and so whoever started it, it was for fucking parents. It was 100% for them. A kid would not know the damn difference of whether he's just out there to have some fun.
No, they know when they don't get one.
Now they do. After a solid 10, 12 years of this is just what we do now.
Yeah, that's true. Because
all I ever knew was if I wanted the trophy, I had to win. That was it. And if I didn't win, I had to be better the next time.
That's the deal.
I want to win. I want a trophy.
Yeah, that's what my deal was. I wanted, at the end of soccer tournaments.
I don't want your participation. I hate to say that because it's kind of but I don't want your charity.
Yeah,
I'm gonna win I want to see the pain in your eyes when you have to hand me the trophy.
Because I used to watch some other teams because Gallagher would always win when I was on a crap soccer team. We weren't winning any of these tournaments with Gallagher and Bush in them. No. But I would have to sit there at the end of the tournament and watch these little douchers, for lack of a better name. Sorry, Scott Gallagher. I'll say it. When I was 8, I was like, these douchers. And I'd have to watch them gallivant around with their nice shoes and laundered jerseys. Nice jerseys, too. We were wearing robes. We were wearing tattered potato sacks out there. So that I wonder if that – I don't think right now this team is correlating winning, losing, and the trophies. I like the way I-9 does it because they just straight up hand me 2 medals and then a bunch of stickers, and they say, give these out for courage or whatever. Well,
every week they give them out?
Every week we give out 2.
2 medals.
2 medals. I got 10 kids.
Hopefully
everyone's got one now.
Everyone's got one.
Everyone's got one
Good
now.
for
We
you.
did 5-way. Because then it gets to the point where I'm like, who didn't get one? So that kind of makes
the point.
Yeah.
And then what's the gosh dang point?
And I had to I had to give Ivan his last. I just had to as a dad. As a South City dad, I had to make sure my son knows I don't like him at all.
Dude.
Out there. On the field, you're not my I hate you more than the rest of the kids. That's the way my dad made me feel. And it made me feel like the man I am today. It was like a ceremonial rite of passage. As you were saying, you were talking about the dude clawing his face. It reminded me of that the kid, his dad coached at St. Mary's baseball. God, I can his name. It's not Cacciatore. His name's right there though. He coached, and he had a son who went to SLU though. His son went to SLU, and he coached AAU baseball. He's a name in baseball, but his son, he was his coach in AAU.
Simikitis?
No, not that.
Farrell's?
No, it'll come to me.
Kessler? Marco?
No, younger. He's my age. He misses a ball at second base, takes dirt. His dad's like, you gotta come up with that. He's like, and takes dirt and goes, and throws it in his own face.
Throws it in his eyes?
Throws it in his, yeah, it got in his eyes. It got all over his face. He comes up, he's got like that dirt. It's
intense, bud.
That muddy sweat.
But now he's ready to play.
I guess. He was going like this. It's made mud in my eye sockets. So that was fun. But the team, I give out medals for whatever they kind of have at I-9. I'll just think of something that they use during the game. Like the first week was give it for good listening. Well, the first week everybody was listening well. So what am I supposed to do with that?
Sure.
So I'll just make up a story, and this is the best part, and this is what the kids really I think they like the most about it. I'm like, okay, today we're going to give out medals, and I go around to each kid, and I'm like, you did awesome today. You ran real fast. I couldn't believe when you stopped that other person.
You're gassing them up. You're gassing them up.
Okay,
Yeah.
And they don't know who's going to get the medal. But then I go, Craig, bow your head. And I yell it like old school. And they'll be like, and look like that. I'm like, I bequeath you this medal for showing outrageous courageousness. And then all the kids are like, dude, and because last week they're like, are you going to do that voice again? And I'm like, never. I'll never. You asked for it. I'll never do it again.
Damn right.
Everyone can thank Jacob.
Yep.
I'm never doing
Everybody
the voice
let
again.
Jacob know how much they appreciate him screwing this up for all of them.
I love coaching though. It makes me want to coach a squad.
Buddy, I coached.
Oliver wants to play roller hockey. I'm gonna put a ragtag. That's the thing that sucks about roller hockey in St. Louis for boys. All-American is, it's not dog shit. It just is what it's always been.
At this point, too, at Oliver's age, and this is crazy to think because I got a cousin whose kid plays All-American and then also plays roller and then plays mostly ice.
Yeah.
And like by the time this kid was 6, I mean, he's skating backwards. He's got silky this kid has moves, dude, that would break my ankles.
Well, that was Chad and
100%.
Jason Russell from my school. They were two dudes, and Matt Orton. Now they actually had money to play for the Merrimack Sharks and rollerblade and played All-American. I'm like, damn, what's that like? I remember they wouldn't let me anywhere near anything with my rollerblades because they had those bolts on them, and I used to tape them up before I'd go anywhere, and they're like, no, you can't use those. I'm like, what do you mean? Why would they even make these rollerblades? They were the plastic ones that you put on your shoes that I'm just running around with.
Dude, I had when I played at All-American.
Sad.
I played with Chad and Wayne on the Mighty Ducks.
You did?
Yeah, for like just a blip.
Oh, that's
scored 5
awesome.
goals. I was in and out of the league, man.
Oh, dude.
I had those Phantom rollerblades, like they were like black and purple.
Yeah,
Had the brakes.
Phantom made
had the
roller
brakes,
skates.
Had the brakes on the back of them. I was that kid.
You had brakes?
I had brakes on the back of my skates.
No, you did not.
It didn't matter because I was still putting them top shelf, bud.
You have to if you're going to.
And I was like mad too because I'm like because they don't allow any
because you're going through puberty and you can't.
They don't allow any contact, you know. And I'm like, look, I'm just trying. Just hold down, bud. Just hold that bad boy down.
Why didn't it light up?
It's underneath your thumb. You'll see it. It lights up white.
Don't. Oh no!
I just wanted to be a big body, pressing kids up against the boards, dishing the puck out to my lightning fast buddy Chad. Okay, that's all I want to do. But you can't check, and I can't understand a hockey game that you can't.
You
check.
can.
Now I can, but at the time I could not.
Kids got around it.
Would not.
Kids got like if you just kind of act like you're bad at skating, they would bang into people. Man,
yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I got brakes on my skate.
Well, that's the thing about hockey. When I got a little older playing roller hockey, it pisses you off. And you need to be able to put people in their damn place.
You think?
I do. That's why I said that.
I know.
Because guys would grab your stick or hold on to your jersey. And at least in soccer, it's all kind of the same. But in hockey, this is what hockey's about. You're allowed to go into the corners and bang dirty. Yep. You know? I remember when I quit hockey, when I quit roller hockey, my parents didn't have enough. I just didn't have the means to get those the knee shin pads that you actually needed for hockey that were like the nice knee and then the whole shin went over the side. I had shin guards and my sister's old volleyball knee pads. So I would just hide those under big socks, and then I would just wear sweatpants that I had like cut to here to make them look. They were like bigger sweatpants, so they looked like hockey fucking shorts a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And then we had a jersey, so I was like, I kind of fit in. We play a team that's a year up, so I'm probably in 8th grade at this point because I quit right before high school. And we played high school kids, and they had 2 D-men like Shea Weber and Al McInnes out there. Al Iafredi and Al McInnes out there. They're hitting slap shots before the game. And people had hit shots, and I was a forward, so I'd poke the puck away, get in front of the puck. You'd get hit, but even with the shin guard, it wouldn't hurt that bad.
Not at all.
These guys are hitting. I mean, they're men. They're starting to turn into men. Yep. And they had those old, I'll never forget it, old Coho heavy wooden sticks. Because I had a Gretzky Easton aluminum that I had for years and years. The thing was light as a feather without the blade.
I got an story when you're done with that.
So, that thing was great. They were using older man Coho full wooden sticks that I was like, God, how do you even carry this thing around? Like, this is a totally different thing. My coach tells me, he's like, all right, you're going to place a center, get in front of those pucks, and make sure you get in front of those pucks. I stood to the side. I was like, get me. You think I'm going to stand in front of these guys? And I could always beat people with speed. Well, these dudes were all even faster. And I'm like, I don't like roller hockey as much. If I quit, I was like, Dad, there's no way I can play anymore with this equipment. And he's like, well, do you want to play soccer or do you want to play roller hockey, bud?
Yep, because that's the deal.
I was like,
it's a rich man's game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was like,
you want to play polo, bud?
No, well, he was more like, you're either going to get new skates and new equipment for this or new soccer shoes pay for your club team. And it's like,
what we got?
Okay, yeah, soccer, because I'm going to play for the MLS one day.
Yeah. Well, we had high hopes for the MLS at the time.
I still do. I think the MLS, if they play their cards right,
first off, mycelial media
15
got
years.
A box at the square.
We do?
We're finna to. Because cool. I cannot wait to have. That's one of the things.
It's gonna be so fun.
That's one of the things talking about. Losing my dad or whatever. Like, when are the times that I miss him the most? My dad was a soccer fanatic. And we never really had cable, so we didn't have EPL much. So, like, when World Cup came around or Olympics came around, anything like that, it was wall to wall soccer.
Really?
All the time. Yeah, he played in college. He was a great state champion. State champion a couple times. He was a keeper. And like,
goalies
so that was his deal.
Too.
Well, I mean, he was just a big
Beast.
big man,
Yeah.
you know. But I think about like the things that I miss the most are the things that we never had a chance to do that I know that he would have loved.
Yeah.
I know he would have loved Game of Thrones. I wish I could have talked to him about Game of Thrones. I know that he would have loved to go to the MLS. Sure, he was going to end up being the most cynical fan ever because that's who he was to his core. He was going to tell them how much of a pile of garbage they were.
But he'd enjoy it.
But he was going to love it with everything that he had, you know? Sure. So I am so excited for the MLS.
I am
I don't
too.
care if they named them the St. Louis Cupcakes. I don't care what their name is. I don't care. I just want to watch some professional
Sounds delicious.
professional soccer.
Stay loose.
Like I kick myself in the ass of the events that have happened in St. Louis the last few years. I am really irritated I didn't go to that friendly between Bosnia and I think it was Man U or something, or maybe it was an international friendly.
Yeah,
maybe it was Bosnia.
We had about 3 of them because I went to the
But when
Inter,
they brought the Bosnia
Inter
one
Milan.
in, dude, my old neighborhood
Yeah.
was on fire. Like they were having the time. They were marching through the streets to the stadium.
The game I went to was at the Dome.
It's
and
insane.
it packed,
awesome.
bud.
It's awesome.
And we actually somehow, some way, I forget who I ran into someone there because I got like a ticket. I don't even know who I went with, probably because I don't care about them. But we sat behind the goal, and they just let us stand behind the goal to see an international game from behind the keeper's net was unbelievable, bud.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
Oh!
It's unbelievable.
Hey, Steve, let me see real quick here. How are we doing on time, pal? Well, it's time for a commercial.
I want to say hi to Zach Smith.
I love Zach Smith and Big V.
Big V. Little shout out to those guys.
Shout out to those guys for sure. Casey Weedblog also had his first show last night.
Yep.
With our buddies Chris Smith and Clay Stallings. Not really our buddies. They're just
Who are they? Who? I don't never heard.
Chris Smith, Clay Stallings. It was an awesome little show.
Yeah, it was.
And also
James is good. James is good.
James is sneaky.
He knows he's good.
Sneaky
too.
good.
He's
I'm
good.
a big.
He's good.
The
man.
silent confidence of James Thomas is something that I am a big fan of. I want to do something real cool with James. I just haven't figured it out yet. We're gonna figure it out.
And then we got LV9.
That's what I was gonna say. V9 grows.
V9.
Levon Hamilton he's the man.
Listen, we're all fighting this battle together of how to get our content out there. Nate on Cannabis, we knew it from the beginning. We were like, dude, this guy is killing the cannabis videos.
Yep.
He is always going to be fighting the powers that be.
Because of his name alone.
Because of his name. We tried to get an ad boosted when we first started that had the DMT molecule in it. And maybe we're trying another CBD giveaway, possibly on Instagram. Immediately shut us down. Immediately we have an X on our record as far as that goes. And the Facebook algorithm is insane. Mm-hmm. It's insane lately. My Facebook feed is back to normal now. Mm-hmm. And it's a different world. When my Facebook feed, and I realize I went to most recent and they Craig, I'm telling you 100% they did a test on me. And maybe we'll save it to after the break. But Facebook did. They honestly ran an experiment on me.
I want to talk about this on the other side of the break. Joe Rogan brought up something pretty interesting in his Tim Dillon podcast about just what's going on with data collection, what's going on with your news feed. We're going to do it all on the other side of the break. I put a video in that we made, several months ago. It was kind of fun when we made it. Figured we'd share it with our morning show crowd. Let's hit them with the break. Let's let everybody go get a nice cup of coffee.
Everybody go
get a nice cup of Joe.
Thank you for joining us this first hour, guys.
Thank you for joining us this first hour.
And if you're just joining us, where the fuck were you for the whole beginning of this? It was good.
If you're just joining us,
what?
Hey, but if you've been with us all along,
and we love you, baby.
See you guys on the other side of the break.
Yeah. I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catch and crawl that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp, it's a wiggle. Turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? Yeah. And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. Yeah. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Oh, because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find them online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call them at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract, available at HOOSIERSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Welcome back, hour 2. Hoosier Sophisticate show.
The best morning show in St. Louis.
At least in St. Louis, but I'd like to think nationwide.
Nationwide.
Learning a lot about how organic reach really means fuck all in Facebook, bud. Doesn't mean anything. Real quick, just to go back to our shout-outs, because we just had an awesome conversation with him the other day. We love this dude. Levon Hamilton, it's V9 Grows 420 on YouTube.
V9 Grows 420.
A lot of really awesome cannabis content. He does reviews on products, things like that. He's real high on the Dab Cool W2. Said it blows that Carta and the Puffco Peak out the water. He said it's a Carta, Focus 5, and Puffco Peak killer. Go to his YouTube channel, Dab Cool W2 review.
I'm gonna link it in the comments.
Okay, do it, bud.
I think V9 Grow info.
No, it's
I'll find it.
V9 Grows is what it's called. Anywho, Facebook organic reach. You could have spent every day from Facebook's inception until now growing a completely organic following, and it will not matter. Facebook has gotten to a point as a publicly traded company that they have to find value for marketed, boosted posts. We've been kind of trying to figure out how to beat the algorithm. Is there even a beating the algorithm? What does it look like? Looking at media outlets like the Chicago Tribune, one of the largest newspapers in the country, well over 500,000 followers. Basically following this timeline over the past decade, it's gotten to where they've seen with over 500,000 followers, their posts reaching less than 10,000 of their followers. So
we saw the point. We follow the point, and we follow their analytics because it allows you to do that on a business page. And it's amazing to see they get a little bit more reach than us.
Yep.
And
Not much.
They have 150,000 followers, and they just get slightly more reach than us.
It's not much. So.
Facebook is a trash platform, and I'm sure they're hearing it right now. I'm sure. I had an experiment run on me through Facebook because they've done that before. They have admitted that they have run emotional experiments on the users. They have filled people's pages with items that make them upset, items that make them happy, and they see how they can get reactions out of people because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to spend more time on their platform. My feed for 2 days was not most recent. It was, but when I went to most recent, it was different because I'm a part of all of those buy, sell groups. And if you're a part of any of those, like when I worked at Lifetime, they're like, hey, join all these for some reason. I don't know. And it was all of that. Facebook was just flooded with people selling. So there it is. Thank you. People selling. Bless me, Jesus Lord.
I don't care if you die or not.
They're selling their wares on Facebook. Well, for 2 days, mine was just filled with last minute, just now of friends. And it was a glorious world. There was a political post every once in a while, but I never got to see how any of those posts really devolved, Those posts didn't have time to devolve into some sort of horrid conversation in the comments. I just got to scroll right past them. I got to see what friends and family members were doing I assumed these people weren't on Facebook. I assumed they all had accounts that they just did not post anything anymore on Facebook. Well, guess what, bud? They're posting like the Dickens. I was just never seeing it. And I had a couple people that I'm friends with on my post that we don't really see eye to eye on anything. The couple of these people, which I like friends like that. I like to see where their head's at on certain issues.
Because I know I love them. I know that people.
I don't love these people.
I know that people I'm capable of liking at least can think differently than me.
I mean, I love them, and the idea of it. But
you should be loved as many places as you can.
Best
morning show in Springfield.
They make it tough. Oh, thank you. Dang, that's best morning show in Missouri.
Missouri, dude.
So,
let's be honest, we're the best morning show in the
world, universe, multiverse. Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out the best way to broadcast this signal.
Yeah, because Facebook was straight up messing with me. Facebook became a place that I loved, though, for 2 days. It was random people's pictures. It's done.
It went back?
Went back.
That's a kick in the keister.
Because back into this, I'm like, well, back to the same 14 people I see all the time posting fairly similar stuff.
And you could tell, too. You came up to me and you're like, they keep posting these two guys. I know that Facebook knows that in the morning, I'm more likely to be pissed off.
And they show me their stuff.
And
like,
I'm gonna
and it'll be from 2 days ago.
A political post, a stupid, half-bigoted comment, dog-whistly comment.
Yep.
And I'm going to engage because, God damn it, I'm not going to start my day like this. I'll show you. I'll show you.
This guy, he hates immigrants. It appears he hates the idea of people leaving a country to try to get somewhere better.
Fucking idea.
The dumbest. I'm like, the poem at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty is honestly one of the most beautiful pieces of poetry ever in the history of mankind. It's beautiful. And I believe in that. America, we're an effed up history. Let's help people. Let's help them.
Yeah. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. This country's greatness and true genius lies in its diversity.
Is that not beautiful?
And we
all know the huddled
masses doesn't.
Oh, no, not walk like Sean. You ever seen one of these, bud?
I've seen a couple of them, bud.
Some guy tried to run me off the road.
Why don't you tell everybody why you showed your ass yesterday and decided to have a little tiff with me, bud?
Oh, guess what? And this morning, this guy cut me off, and I go, you ever seen one of these, bud?
It feels good, doesn't it?
He ran off the road.
It feels good,
It was
doesn't
like the
it?
power,
That's the power
of
the,
it. Pushed him off, pushed him into River to Pear.
You ever seen one, bud?
So, Craig, last night, or 2 nights ago in my dream, I had a thing of dabs, and he ate it. He didn't even like it.
I asked if you were going to...
You going to smoke this? And it was like a thing, a peanut buttery dab, like a whole thing, like probably a gram, probably 2 grams.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, man. And I expected you to put it back into the...
Which is what I would do.
You would never pick it up and kind of show it. It was like we were at the Spanish Society, except it was more like a dispensary.
At the Spanish Society, speaking of Spanish Society, shout out to Spanish Society Outreach. At the Spanish Society, I'm more likely to do something out of character because I'm hammered. Yeah.
So that might have been it.
Yeah,
maybe this will happen. Maybe it's a premonition. But you take it and you go, oh, and then you ate it right in front of me. I'm like, you don't even like to eat cannabis, you said.
Yeah.
You're talking out your ass all the time, bud. And you're just going, Danny Diamond face. There it is. Oh, God, I hate that open mouth. That stupid face right there. God. Yeah, so I was pissed, but he apologized today.
Is there
Remember when we surf docked? Was
Surf
that Monday
docking.
night? Surf docking?
Remember when I could see inside a gal's head?
Yeah, it's one of my
We like to
favorite.
get close.
It's one of my favorite stories of all time.
Your fight was over a dream. See? That's what Asa says. Snave asked. You're fighting me in your dreams.
Yeah, 'cause
she's
you're an
cucking
asshole.
me in my dreams.
I
no,
know.
I'm
Yeah.
cucking her in her dreams.
Queen. She's making you bang other guys in front of her.
I'll do it. I'm not taking my shirt off right now, Brian, because I'm not.
Yeah,
some
come
piece of
on,
meat for
bud.
you.
Yeah,
the
we're
Portuguese
talking about-
have had enough of Spain's shit, and I'm not going to stand for it.
I wouldn't. I'm glad you finally did something.
What did your explorer do? Oh, I don't know. He exterminated a bunch of people in North America. Just a couple days ago, we celebrated the anniversary. What did my people do? I don't know. They probably exterminated a bunch of people in South America, but it wasn't here, Jack. And we don't have some kind of Magellan Day down in South America, do we? We don't have a Vasco da Gama Day.
They do.
I know they do.
They do.
Actually, dude, I take every Vasco da Gama day off, and I
Of
jelk
course.
all day just to get as veiny as I can. I like to get vascular.
You're Majelkin?
I'm Majelkin. I'm like Majelkin. I'm so jelkin. That is good. Good on you, bud.
I feel good about myself. That's the Native Hemp moment of clarity. Oh, meat suit, cut queen, take your shirts off. Wait, the fight was over a dream.
So Facebook gives you like the ideal scenario of what social media could be with friends that you have gathered over the course of 11 years. And
I'm here to tell you the world's not so bad. Facebook's not bad at all.
But it is because Facebook as a company is dumping the poison into your coffee. You want a little sweetener for your coffee? Oh, shitty political takes, xenophobic nonsense. Let me pour a little bit more of that in there. Oh, here's some more identity politics. You mean to tell me there's artists on social media? And
what I loved is it was a little bit more like Instagram, that if people were posting pictures, the first couple, if they were posted 16 pictures, and you know it usually comes up 1, 2, plus 13 in the corner or whatever. This would come up, it would show me that, but then it would go pop to pop to pop to pop to pop to pop, pop to pop. It would go it would go right down the row. It would go right, and I was like, oh, cool. Okay, stupid. That's a dumb picture. Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Sure.
Here's this guy I haven't talked to in years. Haven't seen him post in years.
What's he doing?
What's he doing? He's buying land. He's got a new dog.
Yep.
He's killed a drifter again, taking pictures of it. I missed all that stuff before.
All of it. He even had him. He taxidermied it, man.
Yeah, not a bad play.
Not a bad play. Yeah, but the Spaniards funded him.
Oh, the king and queen of Spain. Was he Italian?
Yeah.
He was born in Italy?
Yeah, Italy wouldn't give him anything because they're like, you're not up to any. We know who you are, Colombo.
Have you ever seen the boat he came here on? Columbus?
Which one was he riding, Nina, Pinta, or Santa Maria?
Shut up. Shut up. I almost said that. I was thinking that. I was like, am I getting those stories mixed up? Yeah, right? He wasn't on those, was he? Or was he?
Yeah.
He was?
Yeah.
That wasn't the Mayflower?
No, the Mayflower was the Pilgrims, homie.
And the Mayflower was the actual ship, right?
Of the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
Yeah. They landed on Plymouth
Okay,
Rock.
so the Nina and Pinta and Santa Maria are his story.
Yeah. Which one was he riding? Santa Maria.
Was he? I always thought Santa Maria, but probably the Nina, if I know him.
My phone. If I know him.
Died in Spain. Yeah, of course. Everyone dies when they go to Spain. Everyone knows that.
My sister used to live in Spain.
She's going to die one day. Sorry to tell you.
Everyone
who's been to Spain will die.
Time stretched out over a big enough line.
Yep, you're right.
We all have a 0% survival rate.
You're exactly right. The ships are insane how small and tall they are. I went to Columbus, the city in Ohio.
Yeah.
Bud.
Yeah.
They have a replica of it. When
They
I
do,
saw
really?
it, I was like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. They did this, even though I watched an amazing documentary of a 14-year-old girl who travels around the globe in a sailboat, documenting the whole thing herself. Unreal. I'm not finished with it yet. She just got through the Panama Canal.
I think it would be kind of cool, right? Like, I think it'd be pretty neat to.
No. By yourself
Do you
on
get
a
like
little sailboat.
Do you get that? Like, do you get like why people do it?
1 million. There are
You
some
talk about
people-
surviving the woods, right? The wilderness.
Yes, I'm a landlubber, and I know people are drawn to the
I
ocean.
get that. Like, I like my chances in the wilderness a little bit better. When you think about like the Life of Pi, and I love that movie. I love that movie movie so much.
Okay. Okay.
Because on top of like the magic of that, the story that he's telling is like, then you also have this existential question of like, okay, but what was the true story?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it was funny because like when I first watched it, it was like me, my dad, and watching it at a time with him where he's trying to figure out what this whole thing is, towards the end. my brother, my sister, and my dad. And like when we get done, we're like, huh. And like, you know, my brother and my dad are like, well, clearly it was, you know, this is how it was. And me and my sister were like, I think it was kind of like this.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then as we're all talking about it, like we're just like kind of circling around the reality of this story and everything. But I think about how, you know, being on a boat, I mean, I guess you can land it somewhere every now and then.
Not when
you know,
you're in the
but
Atlantic
like,
Ocean.
Or
the Pacific.
But the Pacific is a massive.
I forget how many days
void.
it takes her to get across the Atlantic.
Oh, dude.
Because she goes
across the Atlantic.
Well, she's going around.
She's circumventing the globe. Circumnavigating.
Yes. So she goes from, I don't know if she's Dutch. I don't know if she starts from Holland or Gibraltar.
Okay.
Then goes to the Canary Islands.
Okay.
And then from the Canary Islands, it's the Atlantic Ocean until you get to the Bahama. And she's just out there for days and days and days in a sailboat, not any bigger than
this room. From
that wall to that, I mean, maybe the end of the rack here of clothes. She's got a little kitchen, a little galley down there that she can go, and room for like a little bed. But all the rest is sailboat. And then when it starts raining and then she goes under and the sail's just taking her, I think she actually kind of liked the rain.
Does it take her off course?
Because she's sailing it. No, she is a navigating machine, man. Like she's in the middle of the ocean. There's land, heading straight for it, an island in the middle. I'm like, damn, dude.
And you can't see anything in
You can't see any. She's just going by she has instruments in there. But when she has these windows down below, you know, showing, and this boat is just cooking through the water. There's a relationship between a seaman and his boat, a sea woman and her boat that has to.
You just could not wait to say seaman.
I couldn't wait. This is what this whole story is for.
It was all a seaman setup.
It always is. So the scary thing to me would be the storms and a hole in the boat. And how quick, honestly, could someone get to you on that boat if you called it in and you're in the middle of the Atlantic? I mean, what's the arrival time on something like that? A helicopter or a vessel that's out there?
A helicopter can't get out to you in the middle of the ocean.
That's very true.
Yeah,
unless they're coming from a carrier or something.
The Coast Guard, you know, like
it's not like
at that point, I mean, you know, you better hope the Navy's somewhat close.
Someone comes.
They're not
those water jetpacks.
That would be fucking awesome. I'm going to be the first person to circumnavigate the globe in a jetpack. Homie.
Well, it was, and the waves constant. I mean, she's trying to cook.
You've been out. Well, you went deep sea fishing this year, but like,
oh yeah.
But have you been like out?
I've been way out, like hours out.
Hard, man. I got so seasick the first time.
We had one where it was rolls, so it's real big up and down.
That was kind of where I was at.
But the other time it was like,
it was just all day.
I'm like, this
is fun.
This, and we were sitting in the front of the boat like jackals, so we were especially getting the. And it was a big boat. I'm like, this is a huge boat. But if you think of the ocean, you're like, you're just a little guy like Jason Roberts out there. It's just a little guy. But it's very interesting. She is inspirational as all get out. Sure. There's been like 3 or 4 young girls who have tried to do this, and she was born on a boat, and her parents were sailing in New Zealand, and she was born on a boat. She's like, I've just been longing for this life. Her parents get divorced. Her and her sister have to separate. Her dad's like the sail guy, and her mom's like a nut.
Okay.
And so her mom meets her in the Bahamas, and her mom and her other kind of wild sister, her younger sister, are shooting fish with slingshots.
Okay.
Just cause that's what they do. They thought that'd be a good idea to get rocks. And she's like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we're shooting fish with slingshots. It was wild. Her mom's just a wild lady. And she's like, Mom, you're weird, aren't you, or whatever. And she goes, yeah, if I wasn't so weird, I probably wouldn't have a daughter who's trying to circumnavigate the globe right now at 14 years old. And daughter's like, okay, touche.
Yeah, that's fair.
Touche, that's fair. It's fair. But she just got through the Panama Canal, which is wild. But she's going to do it in 3 years. Other people have done it without stopping, but she's stopping. Getting out, walking around. I'm like, wow, the ball's on her. Like,
yep.
I'm afraid I'm going to get sex trafficked, you know?
Sure.
Like, I was like, that's so scary as a parent.
Yep.
But I think, you know, I mean, there were times when we gave young people, if they were mature enough, we'd give them enough leash to let them do things. Like, I remember I had a kid who would fly to Florida to meet his grandparents when we were like 12.
I flew for the first time when I was
by himself.
10. By myself when I was 10.
10? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I felt like I was.
It blew me away.
Buddy. I was James Bond, dude.
That is awesome.
I'm like
I bet you had a little briefcase.
Dude, I was. So my family was going to.
You were Clifford on the plane trying to take it.
My family was going to South Bend, Indiana, and then Lake Michigan. For some reason, I was traveling with my aunt. My folks were driving. I can't remember what led to this situation. Probably one of the couple days to bang it out on the road, if I had to guess.
Damn right they did.
Know? But me and my aunt and I are traveling together, and dude, it was the first time I'd ever taken first time. It was like the first. It wasn't the first time I flew.
Oh, I was gonna say that's kind of tough.
My first time flying was like on like a big 747, 757, had a movie screen and everything. Like I remember that was like. I thought that was every.
How many rows? Like,
probably a
middle one,
3, like 2 middles, and then another 3. So it was like a 750. It was a big plane, and I just thought that's what flying was. I'm like, this is awesome.
Me too. First plane I've ever been on.
Big old freaking movie playing on there. Everyone's just watching. Got headphones.
See, we had screens in the back of our things.
That came a little bit later on.
Yeah, that was probably earlier.
But anyway, so I can't remember what it was playing, like Ronin or something. Like I can't remember. But so that was my first experience. So then when I go to fly with my aunt, we're going to like South Bend, and I think we flew from like St. Louis to Chicago together, the two of us.
Okay.
But the way that something happened with our tickets,
flight,
and so from there it was like jumping from Chicago to South Bend, and they put us on this little plane, dude. We were packed in there like sardines. It was kind of a stormy night, and we got tossed all over. People were freaking out. Not me. Want to know why? Because Daddy's flying alone. I can't remember why me and my aunt got separated, but like. I think maybe she was in a different class. Like they moved me up. I'm just chilling in my seat.
She's on the plane.
Pretty little. I think she's all the way in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, she's all the way in the back of the plane.
That's fun.
Little flight attendants taking care of me, and I'm like, I think I'll have one of those ginger ales, please. You know,
2 ice cubes and a warm towel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I get a pillow? Can I get a pillow, please? Everyone else is like, we're gonna die.
So we take it out. And it's like mall rats.
Child, man.
Mall rats.
Totally.
No, that's wild because I thought big planes were big too. I mean, I thought all planes were big too. And I got on a plane for a short flight, and it had one. I remember walking out that little runway thing, the jetway or whatever. And I see the plane in the window, and I think, that's not where this hallway's leading. To that plane? To that little plane that I got to duck on? That looks like I'm going on some sort of excursion to dig up runes somewhere.
Yep.
We walk up to it. It's got one row, one seat, an aisle, and then 2 seats on this side. And you're kind of dug in again. That thing was all over the place.
Yes.
Like, this is odd.
Oh,
this is a weird thing.
Dude, I've been on a plane that I thought was going down.
Really?
I've been on a plane that everybody thought we were going to die on.
Really?
And it's interesting, really interesting thing. I was coming back from Las Vegas. Actually, from Denver. Like, we went like Vegas to Denver to... person that used to book our travel at my old job. Don't even get me started. Anyway, got us flying out of Branson for $20 less or something, you know, so I got to drive an hour out of my day to go to Branson. I got a fucking airport that's 5 minutes from the office. Anyway.
Damn it.
we're flying into Branson, and it's this kind of small plane, Frontier Airlines, coming in from Denver. Sitting next to my buddy, we're having some laughs, you know. We're headed back in town. It's like a Sunday from Vegas. There's a gal. She is gorgeous, dude. She is drop dead beautiful. Sitting in front of us, my buddy's like, Jesus, what's that? Let's rock it. What the fuck?
Get her, Craig. Get her, man.
This gal, you know, kind of minding her own business. This plane starts tossing around, and everyone on the plane kind of is like,
she turns around.
This is as we're going in. The captain says,
"I'm horny."
I swear to God, like it was a close enough. It was an Almost Famous scene where the plane's going down. They're just saying everything that they got to say. You know, like they're just saying everything they got to say, get it off their chest. And
I forgot about that scene.
Oh, dude. And so she, God love her. She turns to both of us. She's like looking over the seat, and she goes, "I don't believe in God,
and I've never been fingered."
So we're praying. I don't believe in God. She's freaked out.
Well, she turns around and just tells you she doesn't believe in God.
Swear to God. She turns around.
You say, "Can you turn around then? Because I'm praying right now."
She says, "I don't believe in God, but I feel like I should pray."
Okay.
And I'm like, okay.
And you're like, "Let's hold hands." Pray on this dick.
And I was like, yeah, pray away, man. Like at this point,
You're
like
too busy.
she's hot enough that I would die. I don't care.
You're like, I believe in Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Let's have a prayer. I'm a priest. I always wanted to be a priest.
Say some words, lady. Get it on. We're gonna die in 8 seconds. Is this what you're gonna do with your time? I'm like looking for a cocktail. I'm like, yeah. Well, a little Jack and water. They're like, it's 8 in the morning, bud.
You have a drinking problem.
I have a drinking problem. So this gal turns around.
Your face.
She's like, "Can we pray or something?" And I'm like,
"No, she does not."
I swear to God. I swear to God, she turns around and she's like, "I don't believe in God, but I feel like I gotta pray." I'm like, okay. So
what's happening on the plane?
The plane is being tossed around by turbulence.
Is it just being tossed around, or are we plummeting?
Well, we're going to. The captain says, "I'm going to circle for a minute because we're getting ready to land," and he's like, "It is so turbulent, or you know, like the air is choppy enough that I'm going to circle for a second before we make our descent, see if we can get some of this to pass through."
Yeah, because that happened.
And yeah, because that happens. And as soon as we go in for the descent, dude, this thing, it is getting tossed around, bud. Like we are skipping like a discus on the air. And
it's a violent.
Dude, it's not smooth.
Those are violent.
It's not smooth.
It feels like the plane is going to break.
We're coming in on the runway hot. And I'm like, why don't we just go to the fucking next place? Why don't we just keep on going?
Oh, to the next airport.
I don't care.
Airport.
Find an airfield, whatever. Let's not take this thing in here at a.
Hey, excuse me. Can I get in that cockpit real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to tell the guy how to do his job.
I know how to make his idea a little better.
Thank you. Gosh, damn it. Thank you.
So she asked you to pray, and you have your scarf with the crosses on it that they used
I actually think I probably was wearing a scarf because I was a scarf guy at the time.
Oh no, scarf and a turtleneck.
I'm scarfing with at least a sport coat.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I'm scarfing with the sport. Got a nice little Euro look going right now. I know. Real good little Euro look. It's no wonder she turned to me to pray.
White belt.
I was clearly the best dressed person on the plane. Why wouldn't she? But she was like alternative though. She was hot and dark. Brooding.
There was a nun sitting in front of her like, what the fuck?
Yeah. How come you didn't pray with me? So me and this gal are praying, and my buddy next to me, Jerry.
He's praying too.
Not really. He's just there for it. We're coming back from Vegas. There's no God. We're broke. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
this is what happens to people who do what we did in Vegas.
We're gonna die. That makes sense. So anyway, we break through the turbulence, and this dude comes in. I mean, hot on the runway. I fucking hats off to the captain, because he comes in like this, bud. Brings it in underneath the clouds, and I mean, we bounce a little bit when we hit the runway.
No way.
And he's full throttle backwards to keep us from running off the runway. And I mean, we stopped at the end of the runway, and everybody's like, kind of. It's like down past like Shepherd of the Hills, like down in Branson. It's back where Murder Rock, where John Daly's golf course is. Like there's not like it's hills.
You landed at Murder Rock.
That's the name. Murder Rock is where the bald. Here's a little Ozark history. It's where the bald knobbers. They were
yeah.
They were little miscreants that ran.
Now
around
they have
the
a
area.
show.
Yeah, I know. What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's where people went and got murdered.
That's yeah.
And then John Daly built a golf course there.
That makes sense.
Which it's not. I don't think it's Murder Rock anymore. I think Tiger Woods maybe redesigned it. Now it's a Tiger Woods course or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Now it's Perkins Waitress Rock. That was stupid.
Because he killed that pussy.
That was stupid.
Hey, so a few months ago, bud.
Yeah.
I wanted to just do this for our morning show fans or maybe people that are new to the
people that are nude right now?
to the group, new to the community, maybe haven't seen this.
Yeah.
There is it only aired once. Second episode didn't get picked up, but I have hope. I hold out hope that this show is going to get picked back up. And it actually featured our sponsor, Sweet Leaf Emporium. Jason Long is a glass blower. He's on top of being
big blow.
On top of being a masturbator, he's a master blower. And so basically, there's a competition. All these people are competing against one another to ultimately get a chance to take on Jason from Sweet Leaf in an ultimate glass blowing competition. I thought we would just give a throwback to the people who have been here for a while, and also something new for the new folks.
This was a great show.
It was a good show.
And I think it's getting picked back up.
I hope so.
Yeah, I gotta hold on. Let me
check it out. Is it A&E
back up
History Channel? Isn't it? History
It's
Channel?
on Paramount.
Oh, that's
with
why I
Yellowstone.
haven't been able to find it.
It's on Paramount, and it's coming back for a second episode.
Cool, man. I hope they finish that season out. It's going to be awesome.
16 contestants from around the world compete in a combat-style tourney where the winner gets a chance to take on reigning master gaffer Jason Long of Sweet Leaf Emporium in Farmington, Missouri. This is The Great Big Blow. Let's meet this week's contestants.
Hello, Sergey Santa Monica. I come from Georgia. I am glass blower. I am best glass blower in all of land. I like Disneyland. I like Lunchables. And I also like blowing the glass. Because when I blow glass, it's like all of the pain inside of me goes through tube, comes out other end, is very strong, but at other end is sometimes vulnerable. And when the glass breaks on the other end, you go, which is, it's just their soul leaving your body. Boris! Yes, hello down there. Yes, I'm blowing the glass. My favorite bands are Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink 182, all the small things, truth tells, truth seems. Yes, you know the tune. I enjoy eating Lunchables. Nacho Lunchables are my favorite. Hello, I'm Sergey. I'm off to the glass blowing competition. As you can see now, I live in beautiful San Francisco. Behind me, yes, right behind me is the Full House house. Yes, Danny Tanner house where Danny Tanner live. House where Uncle Jesse have nice hair inside house. Lot of weird things with Kimmy Gibbler going on next door. One of my favorite shows brought me most joy in Georgia. We are waiting for final season now. Final season should be out here in the next 4 to 5 years. I don't actually live in one of the houses. I live in the park. Here, glass blowing is not as, how do you say, lucrative as one might think. I'm poor. I eat trash from the dumpster. I like to eat hot dog on stick. I like to enjoy in American freedoms, like swimming at the beach, volleyball, and rollerblading. I like to do all such things such as that. Hello, this is my dog Vladimir. Sit! Good boy! Hey! Sit! Boy! Good!
Hey, how's it going, bud? I'm Hyler Howe from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, eh? You know, besides being known as the best glassblower here in the Great White North, I also make the meanest and choicest poutine this side of the Frenchies, bud. Other things I'm interested in besides blowing the glass around is I'm a big champion moose caller. I have done this before. I don't recommend anybody just do this on their own. Make sure that you have a good, fine-hearted Canadian with you when you're going to do it. I don't like doing this so close to home. I'm so good at it, I'm afraid I'm going to call a beast out of the woods. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know, sometimes I come down here, I think about the next little great glass blow that I'm going to do. Hey, you know, back there in the woodshed is where I do most of my glass blowing, bud. Just this past year, I blew hockey sticks for the All-Sasky line for the St. Louis Blues. Old Hyler's got his own Howe hat trick. I try to take 3 different broads into the airstream here, bud. Some say that a Howe hat trick is a goal, a fight, and an assist, eh? I say the old Howe hat trick is 1 in the goose, 1 in the moose, and 1 in the poos, eh? How's the water today, bud? Pretty cold, eh? The muskie's hidden. All right, bud. Hey, look, we want everybody to know that they're welcome up here in the Great White North. You know, I know we get the reputation for being some really kind, gentle people, but I want to tell you something, bud. Like, this place is no joke, okay? You come up in here into Saskatchewan, you're not ready to fight a bear with your bare knuckles. You got another thing coming, bud. Oh, I want to show you guys all the beautiful parts of Saskatchewan. The fishing up here is great. You pull these fish out of the water, you have to keep your head on a swivel, because those bears will come out of the wood. They'll fight you for your fish. Okay, you could just be walking around trying to take in all of these nice little conifer trees here, and next thing you know, you got a little cow moose coming trampling towards you. She'll stomp you in the ground, bud. Hey, little moose, you better run, bud. Old grizzly coming to get you. Bear's a hoser, bud. Hey, bud.
Hey there, bud.
Hey, bud.
I like to eat trash.
I love
from the
Sergey.
dumpster.
I love Sergey.
He lost to Hyler.
Yeah, but I love Sergey. People don't even understand how much we really relied on Sergey being the one that won that round.
Well, you couldn't stop talking like Hyler Howe there for a little there, bud.
Bud, I've become Hyler Howe, bud. It's actually awesome. I don't know why I haven't talked like Elise's great-great-grandpappy was a bald knobber. Still got the hood. You still literally have that wood? No way.
We still got the hood and the
You ever been to Silver Dollar City, bud?
Damn right.
Been on Fire in the Hole?
Is that the ride?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk about the bald knobbers. Damn bald knobbers are at it again. And then a bald knobber comes out with the stockings on its head.
Those are frightening.
Frightening.
It's a scary mask.
It's a very scary mask. Dude, all of that like turn of the century, 1900s Halloween masks, you know, sewn masks at home. Some of that shit is the scariest, most frightening thing, most unsettling things that you could possibly ever want.
You've heard of Space Mountain, correct?
Yeah, I have.
Ever been on it?
I've been to Space Mountain. Been on Space Mountain a couple times.
The indoor roller coaster.
It's for something that doesn't have loops. they figured something out pretty easy. I think that's a pretty basic roller coaster track.
Probably.
And it's just in a dark room.
With lights and... Okay.
Brilliant. Longest line in the park. Ric Flair used to say, it ain't the newest ride, but it's got the longest line in the park.
God, he's so good. I'm 6, 7. So it's obviously basic. Okay.
Elise, let's do a...
Read it. Read that.
Literally, my grandpappy was hung by his neck in Christian County Square for killing a law dog and his horse with an axe. Maybe because law don't go around here.
Law don't go around here.
Savvy?
So my dad and sister and I, we take a vacation with the whole family, the whole extended family to Disney World. Is that right? Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, whatever. Decided to go to Space Mountain. Well, Bud, I'm a little guy. I'm just a wee little chap. And I get up to the thing, and it's about right here, and I'm not quite reaching it. My dad says, here's what you do. You put your shoes like this and stand on the back of your shoes. So your shoes are flat, but you're actually on. So he's giving me the tip to get myself about 2 more inches.
Okay.
So I can get there. Walk up to the thing. Boom. Tall enough. I can go on Space Mountain.
Okay.
We get in the ride. They strap us up. And I remember the guy putting me in the chest lock, and he pushes it all the way down. I'm like, gee, this is tight. And it sounds weird. It was like click, 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 click. It made a weird one at the end. Okay. So I'm like, that's weird, but it's secured. I can't move it at all. It's got me pinned in there as a little guy. We go on the whole thing. I'm terrified, right? It was a little too much for me. I was in over my head at 6 years old. I was like, whoa, this thing is insane.
6 would be pretty heavy.
Insane.
I think I wrote it at
whatever,
10.
But it was cool. It was cool. We get done with it. They release the chest harness steel cage over you, and it doesn't come up.
Okay.
Mine's not coming up.
Okay.
Okay, working it a little more.
Okay.
Not coming up.
Panic setting in because you're going to have to ride again, bud.
I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm going to get this thing off. It just needs to maybe go down a little bit and come up. Well, it's down so far that they can't push it any more into me without crushing me. It's already pinned to my body. It's too far gone, It's like a zip tie that you finally got clicked in. You're like, yeah, you're not getting that out. My dad and sister get out. They're attempting to help me. Now the workers see. They're attempting to help me. You know how you said it's the longest line in the park, bud?
Yep.
Well, it was.
Yeah, 100%.
Now people are starting to...
It's a 3-hour wait.
What's going on?
What's up with the kid that wasn't supposed to be on the ride in the first place? What's up with the wee little tyke?
So my dad and sister are trying to help me out. They're trying to help me out.
You're stuck, dude?
Now they're on walkie-talkies. So my dad can sense the fear in my eyes, and he does what any good South City dad would do.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, hey, bud, guess you're going to have to ride this thing all day. See you later. And him and my sister start walking. There, see you later. Bye. Bye, bud. Have fun on the ride all day. I start to freak out, bud.
Yeah, you're just a little older than Ivan at this point.
I'm like, Dad! Dad, don't leave! Dad, don't fucking leave. Fuck. This is stirring something up, man. So he comes right back. I'm just messing with you. They'll get you out of here. Trying to push it down. These kids have no idea how to get me out of this thing. They're on the walkie-talkie calling in the Imagineers to get me out of there.
Totally.
Next thing I know, there's 4 guys in there, like a pit crew. Everyone in line. Now it's a murmur. It's a hum. The music has stopped playing in there. It is becoming, the scene is tense, sir. Yeah. And everyone.
And there's people that have been stuck in line for hours. They can't go back and they can't go forward.
Nope. You're in this. You're in it now.
Pinned, bud.
Just like me. Not like me. I'm pinned worse than anybody.
Okay.
Finally, they get in there with a few ratchets. Take off a few bolts.
lift you up.
Get me up. I'm out. No, they
I
get
got
the
you.
chest strap off.
Okay.
So they got the chest strap off.
All right.
I get out. I'm hugging my dad like I was in the well, or I'm one of those miners.
Mm-hmm.
Did those guys get out? Those Chilean miners get out?
Yeah, they got out. Yeah,
Okay, good. I didn't want to use that as a reference and be like, nope, Dave. Sorry about that, bud.
Sure.
Well, guess what? We're gonna have to shut this ride down.
These people are gonna kill you.
And I have to walk out past all of them like
to kill you.
Just with a big old Squints Palidorus smile on my face. Like, yeah, sorry about that. And my dad and sister are like, don't even know this, dude.
Who's this kid?
Yeah, just walking out. And meanwhile, my cousin, he gets the real nice Donald Duck hat, the one plastic bill. It's got like a plastic full thick bill.
That's
feathers.
Son of a bitch.
And I had one that was made out of this material. It was just painted like a duck. My parents weren't spending $40 on a hat.
They're not
bud.
wrong. They're not wrong. You
So,
can appreciate
and what's
it now.
so funny is in all the pictures of Disney World, I'm like, and my cousin's kind of like,
naturally.
And Jenny was like, that sums it up.
You can't
doesn't
make
it?
a kid
It
like
made
that
Jenny
happy.
cry though. Almost. She's like, your parents could only get you that hat. I'm like, no, that's a good
Your
thing.
parents
hon.
could only get
yeah,
you
yeah.
that hat.
Yeah, she was. She cried when I told her the story.
This is the best.
And I was like, honey, it's not. It made me who I am today. And she's like, I know. Imagine who you'd be if you would have got that real authentic
awful.
plush.
You've just been awful.
And that's what's funny too. Like at the end of Step Brothers, when he's like, I'm not even mad that the Chewbacca mask isn't, movie quality. That's pretty much how it was with me and my cousin. He was loaded. His family was loaded. He didn't like anything.
Couldn't appreciate.
He didn't like Super Nintendo.
I had a conversation.
Didn't
with
like
this with a
baseball
coworker,
stars.
'cause
Didn't
I
like
sell kids sports uniforms.
You sell kids?
Sports uniforms.
Okay.
Be a nice clip off there. And what parents spend on their kids' kits is outrageous. I remember the day that I got to march up into the loft of Resurrection grade school where they kept all the uniforms, and I got to put on.
Ours were under the stage.
Bud, there ain't been, this must smell hasn't existed since the mid-90s.
Nope.
We found a way to eradicate it.
That weird 1920s baseball uniform material that was like, what was that?
Dude, when I got to
what
put
fiber
the
is
R
that?
on my chest.
It's like stretchy, itchy
Polyester.
material. Is that what that
Polyester.
is?
Yeah.
What, why? Was that the thing?
That was a whole Seinfeld episode. Costanza. He's going to put them in cotton.
Yeah, I remember.
Put them in a breathable fabric.
And did that not work?
It kind of shrunk up on them. So they were all yoked out.
I forget that. I never got into Seinfeld. No, but we had to get them underneath our the stage at Old St. Boniface in the gym. They had all those things underneath the stage. And what's going on underneath that stage? Nothing good.
The upstairs
Nothing
of
good.
the Spanish Society is almost a carbon copy of Resurrection.
Mine too.
100%.
Yep. And I remember they pulled out the shorts, and this was the time when you had to wear shorts below your knees, bud. You remember the 90s for kids?
The Fab Five did it. Michigan.
Yeah. Thank you. They all had the longest shorts in the world, and you had to have that too.
I wish I would have stuck with. I actually did, bud.
I did, bud.
Too.
I did.
Listen, there's all kinds of parallels that freak me out.
I did. I was like, those are the shorts we got to wear? Dang it, guys. These things suck, but I guess we should
This
just
is
suck it
so
up.
dumb.
This is dumb. We got to wear these. But
This
let's
is
suck
a
it up
silly,
and put 'em
dumb
on right
thing
now.
to do.
But let's put them on. And I remember my friends, their parents getting them the same colored, because I was in grade school. I was always blue and gold. St. Boniface and
we were red and white.
And St. Andrews. St. Andrews did have some old school blue and whites, like Rams. They were kind of like went through the Rams colors, which I was like, oh, the old Bobcat symbol, so cool, man.
Yeah, man.
So the St. Boniface Bobcats, we had and I remember my friends going out and getting like some Michigan-esque shorts because that's what colors we were, and I was like, oh man.
Yep.
I'm out there, and remember they had like the white piping down the side and around
St.
the
Mary's,
bottom.
That was our gym uniform. It was a green
That's kind of
Gildan
hot.
2000 St. Mary's Dragons on it, and then polyester shorts that were Chubbs. Okay, they were poly shorts. They were coach shorts, pretty much.
Why?
Why? Who wants to see this? Except when I moved,
Father Mike.
When I moved to Springfield,
You got to pick them.
when I moved to Springfield, I was still like, I'm from St. Louis, dude. St. Louis kicks ass. I know a dude just bungee jumped and said it. Word got back here to Springfield, and he's right. St. Louis does kick ass, man. And so it was like spring came around, and it was time to do. We were running 40s, we were doing time,
Ooh,
just kind of getting some marks. I'm the new guy. I'm the new guy, and I know I can hold my own with. I can see who the players are.
Yeah.
Like where I'm at. Like where I'm sitting. I'm a leader among these men. I like where I'm at. I go out there. This is like Bumper Boy, bud. This is you're good. So like your athletic ability gets you a little respect.
Sure.
But that's all we're giving you. You showed up in those shorts, bud. I wore my St. Mary's fucking mid-thigh shorts. Probably a shirt that was too big and baggy. I was a power Hoosier out there, man. Power Hoosier.
I hated kids like that wore the big shirt with the little shorts.
Lighten up the track. Lighten up the track. You want to run 40s? Let's run 40s, guys.
Weird shoes.
Nimble. I'm nimble, bud. Let's do it. Dude, I could just, people were like,
his legs hit his ass when he up kicks. His heels hit his ass.
Nice shorts, bud. And I'm like, oh, fucking take it. Why don't you get on the blocks, man? You want to run it out? You want to race? You want to go to the weight room after this and see how cool my shorts are when I'm squatting your fucking house, bud? Is that what you want, bud? I look like a complete asshole.
Did you do that? Did you beat him in a race or squat more than them?
I consistently outperformed them in the weight room. Race, we were. It was a tight race. There were guys that were faster than me, but the one that was like, he was just coming at me because he knew that I was going to end up playing all the positions that he played, and he just he was good, just not quite good enough.
Couldn't quite get it. Yeah.
Not quite good enough. And
That's
so,
fun.
what was his defense? Nice shorts, bud. I'm still wearing it. He's in my fucking kitchen, man. He's in my fucking kitchen.
Is that why you wore those shorts today?
Dude, I'm wearing corduroys today. What's up, bud? What's
I
up,
love
Andy?
corduroys. I don't have any corduroys
What's
anymore.
up, Andy?
I love corduroys. Go like this. God, I miss that. I miss that.
There was an Adam Sandler song about it.
Corduroy pant, corduroy pant. Wait.
It was on that same album that you like don't know any of the songs.
Corduroy pant. I
I think it went like
Over and over and again. Oh,
till the night closes in. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Steve. Bungeon Property Group lets us know that on this day in history, 1066, William of Normandy defeated King Harold in the Battle of Hastings. Okay,
About time.
it is about time.
What a time back then.
And just to rub it in Brian Kessler's face.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is
on this day in
awesome.
history, Bungeon Property Group wants you to know that on this day in history, 1705, the English Navy captured Barcelona in Spain. Oh! What a bunch of fucking losers.
Brian, you have to feel so dumb right now.
Bragging about Columbus.
I almost feel bad for him. Almost. I almost feel bad for him.
Close. This close.
All right, I think it's time for another break, bud.
Or is it? It is.
Do you want to tell them what we got going on?
Yep. I sure do. We've got a fundraiser, Steve.
Yep.
We've got a fundraiser in Springfield this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to hang out with Ashley Markham. Why? Because she's awesome. All right? We're going to hang out with all of the people from Aiden's Alliance. Why? Because they're great people doing great things. And they said, I mean, Listen, they got great taste too. Let's just get to the bottom of it. First thing they said, they go, "Hey, Hoosiers, we're going to do this thing. Will you host it?" And I'm like, "Well, how could I say no? We're the first people you came to."
We were?
Of course.
I heard a lot of other people.
We were the
said
fourth
no.
people they
Yeah,
came
a lot of other
to.
people said no.
Well, I enjoy listening to you, Ashley Davis Markham.
Oh my God! I didn't even know she was on. Did you
I
know
didn't
she was
either.
on there?
So Aiden's Alliance fundraiser superhero party.
parties.
It's this weekend. It's 7 to 10. There's an Eventbrite link where you can get some tickets. And guess what we're going to do with the tickets, Toots?
don't do it to him.
We're going to make Aiden some money, bud. Aiden's Alliance superhero fundraiser. We got a telethon. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. On top of that, we've got an Airbnb. We're gonna just ship our wives out of town with the kids. Go enjoy the lake, ladies.
Yeah, girls, have a good time.
Go enjoy the lake. We
Paint
are
your
also
nails.
really a Greek feeling bad for a Spaniard. No, actually, a Greek feels the insides of a Spaniard, bud. Wish you knew about it.
The Spaniards got everything they know from Greece.
Everything,
literally.
everything from Greece.
You go to Spain and you start digging up artifacts, Jack, and you're going to find Greek
Grecian.
influence all over that joint. And by Greek influence, you know what I mean by that.
He means ejaculate. Yeah. He's Alan's probably got a message about an archaeological jizz dig. Aiden's Alliance superhero fundraiser. Okay. You need to get your tickets so that you can bid in the auctions online. That's what you got to do.
You have to.
You got to dress up like a superhero because you're not a boring, uninteresting,
Basic.
uncharitable, basic human being.
Yeah.
You're just going to dress up like a superhero.
I hate that.
I don't care if
Basic.
you wrap a towel around your neck and you're Captain Underwear. Be a superhero.
It's going to be inappropriate. Our kids will be there.
Yeah,
Brian will do that.
Don't come near me and do it. Do it at home is what I'm saying while you watch.
Yes, cool.
Do it at home while you watch is all I'm saying.
And there's going to be a present for the best costume.
What's the present?
I'm going to give him a kiss.
Oh,
and you
doggy.
won. And you won already, bud.
Oh, cool. Well,
I already saw your
super excited
thing.
about that. I'm having a
Already saw
good
you.
time. I would like to.
I got a hot tip on some auction prizes too, bud.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Here.
Tell them some of the auction prizes.
Dudley's Tree and Stump Service.
What are they doing?
$150 value stump removal.
Okay.
$150 or
Okay.
$150 value of tree trimming.
Okay.
Around 1.5 hours with a crew.
That's nice.
Or $150 value combination offer.
Okay.
If you have a small stump.
Yep.
And need your bush trimmed.
Yep.
Or your tree.
Yep.
Or your pubes. You may be able to combine the two offers: Dudley tree stump and pube removal. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry. I saw you saying, "Don't do it." Don't, Steve. Don't do it. Dudley's Tree and Stump Service. Okay, they're in 417. You know what's funny on
Southwest Missouri, bud.
Casey Weed blog. When I was commenting and Chris Smith was talking about taking pictures, and I go, "Guy's a genius, takes very tasteful nudes." And I go, "He takes great." I said something. It was a 2 comment. It was a double hitter, and some lady angry faced both my comments. Oh, and I go, "He takes tasteful nudes, and for $20 he'll do more," or something like that. On Casey Weed blogs, and someone watched it. Someone gave me angry faces.
How about Chris Smith doing that? Well, we know him better than she do then.
I just kind of felt bad for
Casey Weed blog.
Yeah.
Because you brought your nonsense. Yeah. Is that why our analytics are always getting smashed down? No, It's not, because Facebook's full of shit, and we're going to talk about it next hour. Okay?
That's on there too.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it is. Oh, and this. How about that, bud? Been on an amazing
3-night stay in fabulous Las Vegas. Okay.
Do it. Here. Oh, look at that. Private lesson. It's a gift basket with stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of. Is that yams? It's A bowl. This is from Top Golf Private Lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a spoon. It's a gift basket.
Okay. Listen, here's the deal. Tune in Saturday night, 7 to 10 p.m.
Butter maker.
And we're going to raise as much money for Aiden's Alliance as we possibly can. And we hope that you will join us in the fun.
That's what you gave him to give away?
I gave him stuff like 2 months ago. They're choosing to give it away. I've got all kinds. We'll put more stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I gave them all kinds of stuff to give away. What? Guys, tune into Aiden's Alliance fundraiser. I'm going to commercial. I love you.
He doesn't. He's like...
James Carlton Insurance 314-961-4800.
Handsome,
Amazing,
astonishing,
astounding,
fabulous,
incredible,
fantastical,
phenomenal,
prodigious,
stupendous,
unbelievable,
wondrous,
divine,
fantastical.
No, seriously, he's fantastical.
You got a house.
Go on and get it insured.
You got a car.
You gotta get it insured.
You got a life.
Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net.
Fantastical. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls. I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD. CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me. Inside of me. Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HOOSIERSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
Welcome back.
James Carlton.
We're having some fun this morning, ladies.
How many
and
people called
gents.
James Carlton? Carmelton.
Well, a few called James Carmelton, and that was probably why James was upset with us, because he was expecting an influx of calls, and he's like, nobody called me today.
Meanwhile,
like, no, James Carmelton's phones are melting down.
He had to get new
He doesn't even sell
service.
insurance. He's like, why is everybody calling and asking me for insurance? I do Carmel.
And now he is selling Carmel insurance, which a lot of people got.
A lot of people didn't even know Carmel insurance existed. Man.
What happened on this date, Greg?
On this date in history, according to the Bungeon Property Group, 1978, Usher Raymond was born.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
It's true. Let's actually get a little closer to my roots, because we acknowledge my Portuguese size and side. And that's just my hetero.
It's Portuguese girth.
That's my hetero Eurocentric normative perspective. Right?
I got called that the other day. I didn't even understand it.
However,
I got called gay
good portion.
and heteronormative in the same day.
Dude, I go for that, and I go for being called a conservative and a liberal in the same day. And if I can get people to do that, then I'm feeling real
good. I was like, good.
About
I was like, these
myself.
people don't have a beat.
The Bungeon Property Group told me that on this day in 1832, my people, the Blackfoot Indians, attacked the American Fur Company trappers near Montana's Jefferson River, killing one.
You saying yay?
I was a Blackfoot. And I am not going to call it Blackfeet, because that only exists in America with the Anglicization.
No, they wanted to be called.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
There are 4 separate kind of surviving Blackfoot tribes.
Really? And none of them want to be called Blackfoot?
3 above Canada, 1 in the United States, kind of Montana
Was that like
area.
a mean thing? Like, oh, look at old Flatfoot.
No, actually, it had to do with their moccasins. They would run across burnt prairies, and what it would do is it would strengthen the leather on their moccasins. That's actually true. I promise you.
Someone might need to fact check
You want me to pull it up for you, bud?
Craig, I know.
Real quick, bud, before you get too carried away. Before you get too carried away.
I am going to get carried away with you.
I get carried away by the look, by the light in your eyes. Before I even... Hang on, bud. I got it here. Okay. Before you get carried away, somebody was asking...
You got all the controls.
Brian had a problem with you talking about the
those
Greeks.
spaces won't help.
The Greeks in Spain. That's okay. The Greeks and Spain.
Yeah,
okay?
he did.
And Alan, we fired up the AI. We said,
fired
Alan,
it up.
Give him some facts about how Greece and Spain kind of overlapped a little bit. So there you go,
Alan. Are you
Did
here?
you know there was a 4,000-year-old vase found in Catalonia believed to have contained the jizz of the greatest thinkers in the Athenian Agora? Would you like to know more jizz facts? Comment Alan to HOOSIER Sophisticate, you filthy, disgusting pig. Jizz trap.
Jizz trap? He called him a jizz trap.
He called him a jizz trap.
I like that. Called Brian a jizz trap, and that's exactly
so there
what
you
he
go.
is.
The greatest thinkers in the Athenian Agora.
Oh, I got it. It was good.
So
Alan gets it.
Alan gets it. Brian doesn't.
Brian doesn't. That's Alan 1.
Brian
0. Craig, I know you hate people that microdose, and I got an article here from
I hate people that microdose.
IFL Science, and it says microdosing with psychedelic drugs like LSD and magic mushrooms have been growing in popularity over the last few years, thanks to anecdotal reports that the practice helps to boost creativity while also treating depression and other mental health issues. The science to back up these sorts of claims is largely lacking, although a new study provides some tantalizing preliminary evidence that microdosing with LSD might actually spark an increase in growth factors in the brain. The phenomenon known as microdosing involves taking little tiny amounts of psychedelics that don't produce any of the trippy effects, but which some claim can boost cognition and alter brain connectivity patterns in the long term.
That's right.
This, in turn, is said to allow for more flexible thought processes, making it easier to come up with new ideas or break free from negative modes of thinking.
That's right.
If this turns out to be true, it seems plausible that growth factors like brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, may be involved. The key protein facilitates the growth, development, and maintenance of neurons and is essential for the formation of new neuronal connections. As such, it allows for neuroplasticity, which we're all trying to get, baby.
That's right, bub.
Which refers to the brain's capacity to rewire itself. Neuroplasticity is fundamental to depression and neurodegenerative disorders like dementia, all of which are associated with a decrease in BDNF levels and a subsequent loss of cognitive flexibility.
Okay.
With this in mind, the authors of this latest study decided to investigate the potential of tiny doses on LSD to boost BDNF.
Yep.
To do so, they gave 27 volunteers, a placebo and a microdose of LSD on separate days while measuring their blood plasma BDNF levels every 2 hours. Results, which are published in the Journal of ACS Pharmacology and Translational Science, showed that a 5 microgram dose of LSD.
Okay.
What is that? Is that super small? What's a regular dose? What do they call one hit? Do you know how many micrograms they call one hit?
Well, yeah. Typically, a hit of acid is considered 100
microgram.
Okay.
100 UG.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5. 5 microgram dose of LSD led to an increase.
Is it saying microgram or milligram?
Microgram.
That's really small. Bro.
Yeah. To an increase in BDNF, which peaked after 4 hours, while 20 micrograms of the drug caused the growth factor to peak after 6 hours. Okay. Strangely, however, a 10 microgram dose of LSD produced no such increase in BDNF levels, suggesting that the matter is far from straightforward. In spite of this, the study authors insist that their results do show a positive relationship between low-dose LSD and rising BDNF concentrations, although they concede that much more research will need to be done. On top of this, researchers point out that the study only assessed the acute effects of a single microdose and does not provide any information about the long-term effects of microdosing or neuroplasticity. I love this shit, bud. I love when they do studies about the brain and psychedelics because it is wild.
I especially enjoy when they do it with chemicals like LSD.
And we got all of the brain scans from the DARE program of eating holes in your brains. This is your brain on
all
drugs.
Bullshit.
And then 5 years ago, within the last 5 years, they finally photographed a brain on LSD, or was it psilocybin? One of them. And it was lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yes. But both of them do that.
What?
And actually,
you've been hiding it from us, pals?
On our show a while back, we had a psychedelic scrapbook.
It's
we
ridiculous.
Ayahuasca actually showed that like they would do like DMT and then DMT with harmalines, and ayahuasca brew showed so much neurogenesis, like it was unbelievable. With the placebo next to it, the amount of new neural pathways that were taking place in just one session of an ayahuasca experience. It's super cool. But I love that they're doing it with LSD in particular, because right now there is a huge flavor for natural psychedelics. It's probably an easier political battle to win, kind of arguing for nature. Yesterday we talked about how the Supreme Court actually ruled in Gonzalez's favor that different indigenous churches could use psychedelics as part of a ritual. So there is a much easier case to be made for chemicals that appear naturally, that we can make an argument, hey, we've always had access to these, like we do with cannabis, like we do with like we have in some cities with psilocybin, with natural psychedelics, ayahuasca, peyote, things like that. I love seeing studies done with LSD because I believe that man-made chemicals also have tremendous healing potential. And I've had experiences on LSD that in no way was I going into a ceremony. I was going to have fun.
Yeah.
And I ended up having more of a breakthrough, emotional breakthrough, spiritual breakthrough on that fun trip than I ever did, fasting for 2 weeks and preparing mentally and meditating and doing yoga, getting ready for a medicine ceremony.
Sure.
They're both great. I'm just saying that these chemicals have the potential to not only make you more productive, which is kind of scientists are gonna like that. If that's what brings somebody like IFL science into the fold because it's going to increase productivity and neuroplasticity, cool. I'm with it. They need something that's kind of tangible, marked evidence that things are happening. I feel like using psychedelics to become more productive is counterintuitive to the psychedelic experience. And so like it's great, it's fine, but a
more productive cog in the wheel. Because I think if you're working on the Duncan Trussell show and you're doing it, it's a little different.
Ordeal.
That's a little different.
If you're coding data mining, if you're writing code to grab data off of other people and you happen to be taking a microdose because you're seeing lines of cone a little better and typing
it's like
a little
the dark
faster.
magic and light magic.
It's 100% fine. So I will celebrate what brings hard physical recordable science.
Yeah,
I'll celebrate what brings those people into the fold because they can't be bothered with the spiritual aspect of psychedelics, right? The thing that can happen,
it's tough for a lot of them.
And that's fine.
It can't really be quantified either with the whole spiritual nature of what they're trying to get published and in these journals. I just want to see what psychedelics can do for dementia patients. Honestly.
I do too.
It is the most fascinating thing because dementia and Alzheimer's are awful.
Yep.
Awful. Seeing someone you love lose the ability to probably do what they loved, and then they look at you. Like my grandma will look at me sometimes and be
I'm
like,
actually going to write some advanced
you?
orders on that. Not that my wife wouldn't know kind of what or my kids even at that matter wouldn't know that I would be okay with it. But there is an ethical conversation to be had about people that have a hard time communicating or maybe even have dementia or something, whether or not they're entering that space under their own volition. I will require it in my will or in my health directives. Like once a month, I need to be administered psilocybin or whatever, because who knows what breakthrough might happen there. There is an ethical medical question right now whether or not you give your grandma who grew up during the drug war, even though you think it might help them, it might not be if they're not answering under their own volition, then there's a problem there. Because I think, just like you think about, dementia patients, Alzheimer's patients, I feel that way about people that experience paralyses and different maybe palsies or things like that. Where it gets a little sticky is whether or not they can verbally communicate what they're doing. Because if you can't integrate a powerful psilocybin or powerful psychedelic experience, then you can get trapped in a what's the truth kind of situation.
Sure.
So I'm with you though. I think that it could very well teach us something about getting brain centers to communicate again to help Alzheimer's patients.
Because the elders. Imagine.
I agree with you, Tiffany Jones. I bet your dad would.
In a time of when our elders are losing their memories, a thought is crossed. Every time my parents are like, I forgot what I was going to say, a little spark goes off that goes, I should be feeding these guys mushrooms every once in a while or LSD just to kickstart it. Because I have felt the effects of the day after where I've kind of been like, whoa. But you'll be firing sometimes.
100%.
And when we were doing the float tanks, and a little micro in a float tank was one of the most unique experiences of my life. These are game changers when it comes to depression and our elders losing their imagine a tribe where the elders lost their memory. That tribe goes away. That tribe ends.
It wasn't the indigenous tradition to record anything. All of their stories, all of their lore, all of their spiritual beliefs and understanding were passed down from storyteller to storyteller. That's how they kept things. That's how they kept things alive.
And imagine if the elders couldn't tell you what plants and stuff.
But it sounds like that was never an issue. Oddly enough.
Isn't that interesting?
Oddly enough, that was never an issue. Maybe it was.
Maybe it wasn't documented. And
maybe there was somebody that came in.
Well, I love that tribes too look at people who are like kind of born different. You hear a lot of stories where they're like, no, that person is gifted. They're seeing things on a different spectrum than we can even imagine. And we're so quick to be like, oh God, he's not normal or she's not normal. It's like, no. That's good. Let's welcome all of that. I don't know how much that actually goes on. That's kind of I haven't really experienced that in my real life, but I think people do a really good job of loving each other because they're different. And in my own personal world, at least, which is good.
We're only going to get better at that.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing about psychedelics too.
That's psychedelics and the internet work side by side with, but that's one thing the internet's done is like, when your understanding of the world, buddy, I thought St. Louis, I thought there were 3 million people that lived inside of Grand Gravois, Holly Hills, like Kings. I thought that's the world to me. That's my only understanding. It's
Clayton was a million miles away.
Who's going to Clayton, bud?
Dentist. I had to go there for the dentist.
You don't come back out of Clayton.
No, I didn't know where I was. I was like, I got years before we get to the dentist.
You're never going to get there. My aunt lived in Maryland Heights, but I thought I was on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Every time we went
there. That's a ride.
There, okay? The world was a very small place.
Pack a backpack. Pack a lunch.
Now kids are starting to understand how big the world is, how many people exist within it, and how many personalities exist within it, and
their virtual world is getting even bigger.
Well, that's what's awesome is like it also gives people who've always felt a little different a chance to like experience whatever that true self inside of them is, that whatever that
calling
their freak flag is, that they don't feel safe enough to project in person. Now all of a sudden, introverted people have a place to be extroverted without any, ramifications for, or fear of looking dumb. Like our kids are getting to, now granted, there's also a challenge in that they're also having to navigate sewage that is, the toxic thought, but also I think that they're going to get to a part. Psychedelics, the weirdest DMT and ketamine experiences I've had gave me perspective. They were weird. I can't put them into fucking words, but what I can do is be like, that's the weirdest thing that exists in the multiverse. And if it's not, I'm looking for even crazier, but it makes everything here on Earth just easy to, if not understand, accept. And so like, you see some crazy stuff, that's perspective. And that's why I'm always about that. I need lotion in this place. I am itching like
why
crazy.
Are you? I can see it. I can see it flaking off. Why? I'm breathing it in right now.
Awful. So I'm always going to be a fan of. There's multiple uses for multiple things. If very smart people are becoming smarter and contributing more to mankind because of microdosing, rock and roll. If spiritually broken and just hurt people, emotionally broken and hurt people, take a heroic dose and it helps to rewire the love inside of them, then I'm here for that too. Whatever you're doing to be better, whatever you're doing to have a better understanding, whatever you're doing, if you want to do it to be more productive, rock and roll. Knock yourself out. It's probably going to benefit all of us in some way.
Yeah. And when you go through different experiences, you get more perspective. The kids who traveled a lot when they were young,
they were like wise Buddhas.
Totally, man. They like you were saying, your neighborhood was it. There were some kids who's like, oh yeah, I got to go visit my aunts and uncles in this city, and then we go to this city. And my parents actually took me on a vacation to Costa Rica, and you're like, what are you talking about?
Your parents took you out of the country?
Yeah,
bud?
that is, and not to Mexico. Like what?
Right.
And even if a kid went to Mexico, it's like, you guys went to Mexico. That's where parents go to.
That's where they're boning, bud.
It's Bone City. And so anything anybody's trying to do to get better, you're right. That's the deal, man.
That's the deal.
And if it takes a little bit of psychedelics to do that, then
that was a great Greedo. I just want to. We're just.
It was really.
That was a good Greedo.
It was. Okay. I've heard you do better.
Oh, I can definitely do better.
From the text line, visiting St. Louis as a kid was a trip. I thought it was the biggest city in the world.
Sorry, bud. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
You want to play the Aiden's Lines thing?
I was going
Let's play
to
it.
because we were talking about it a little bit. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of a good idea.
Okay. I think it's also a good idea.
Cool.
Mics are on.
Aiden's Lines Fundraiser.
There it is, bud. There it is, bud.
I'm really excited for this weekend. We're also going to try and make a trip down. We were invited to check out Heartland Labs, which is a manufacturing facility.
Really?
Down in.
They want us inside of
They
them?
want us to come check it out, bud.
Okay, we can do just that.
Gonna make a move to a town that's right for me.
Some people wake up with coffee. I woke up with hot chocolate this morning.
Oh. Never could believe the way you do to me.
Did the crowd just say, shake that dick? Because I'm dead if so from the text line. And we're up. Yep, I think that's it. But hey, we're up over 100 messages. Nice. It sounded like you were shaking your dick against your thigh.
These corduroys got me snug, bud. Corduroys got me snug.
They
bud.
do?
Are you guys setting a new record for the word bud this morning? Well, that depends, bud. You ever been to Saskatoon, had your shirt pulled over your head, bud, and gotten a couple of knuckle sandwiches from a moose fighter?
Bud.
Speaking of buds,
Bud.
Cola Lounge is where buds meet.
Bud. I'll do this the rest of the show. I hate Brian that much.
He will let you all suffer.
Yep. You can all thank Brian, just like we could all thank Jacob earlier.
I appreciate it.
That is a callback moment of clarity. Hello.
Hi, you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. We're just going to do some stuff here. We have a few emails to send off here. You know what's funny? I got a thing on my TV now that says movie theater experience. And the movies are all like $20. Like Milan.
Shut up, Brian. You filthy, disgusting pig jizz trap.
Told you, Brian.
Way to represent, Craig. SE rocks. Yeah, well, I wish I had a hat.
Sociedad Española, man.
I would do it. But I have this feature on my TV now where it's just trying to get me to watch the movies at home. Have you seen that yet?
What?
Have you seen that?
What is it? What?
Where they're trying to make you watch a movie at home for like $16.
Like paying full.
Yeah, now
full
like
nut?
you're going to the movie theater.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, bud. I think Mulan, they wanted like
That's
$25.
That's it, bud.
Get the fuck on somewhere. I'll watch Mulan, which, by the way, listening to the I think Myths and Legends podcast, it was they gave the real story of Mulan. Disney took all of these stories and just made them their own, bud. They're not the same, bud.
Hey, there's Coming to America 2 is coming out.
Is it actually Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. Are you excited about that?
I'll check it out.
Will you?
I'll check it out. The first Coming to America is pretty good.
The first Coming to America
thank you,
was
Megan
great.
Purcell. We love that you love the show.
Oh, shut up. She does not.
She said she loved the show, bud.
She does not. She's lying. No one... This is stupid. No,
James
stupid.
Alexander Hilbig, I was trying to figure out what he was talking about. Then I realized we were saying bud, and he was saying wise.
Oh, he's good. Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out.
That I'm excited about because actually, dude, the first Wonder Woman was pretty legit.
You think?
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It's of the DC movies, it's the best made DC movie.
You didn't like Superman versus Batman?
No,
Me neither.
Besides like the standalone Batman movies, you know, like this new DC revival where they tried to kind of compete with Marvel and do a Justice League movie without introducing the individual stories first. Doesn't work that way.
It was tough. It was a
hard one to get through. You got cool ideas. You got cool people playing the parts. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what's going on.
Robert Pattinson's the new Batman.
I'm into it.
I'm into it. He's a good actor.
He's in the Devil. The Devil May Come. What's the name of that movie?
Devil Inside Me.
Is that?
Devil All the Time.
Devil All the Time. That's it.
Devil Inside Me.
He's in that.
Well, you can tell where I'm living.
Coming to America. There is a Mortal Kombat reboot we got coming up, bud. Are you excited for that?
I am.
Are you?
I saw the original Mortal Kombat 5 times in theaters.
Shut your hole.
My dad was like, "This is really that's what you want to do," and I'm like, "Yep." So he
did you
dropped
go
me
to
off at
Crestwood?
Kenrick.
Yeah.
I go to Kenrick, and dude, I loved it. I loved it.
I liked Resident Evil.
Resident Evil was a good one.
I like to get that was just a weird movie. I'm like, why do I like this?
CGI deaths with the laser grid. That cubed the dude.
Yes.
That was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen at that point.
Yeah, that movie blew me away.
There were a lot of
I was
really
like, this
cool...
is a video game.
Yep.
And was that Mila Jovovich?
Mila Jovovich.
Oh my good golly.
I was a
Rugrats is coming out.
Is it a
Tommy, Chucky,
the
and the
King's
rest
Man?
Of the gang?
I can't wait.
What is the King's Man?
It's the prequel to the Kingsman. The Knights of the Golden Sword. Dude, it's going
I
to
never got into the Kingsman, and everyone says you should.
Give it a chance.
You should.
It's the first time I watched the Kingsman, it was a movie that it was on my Plex server, and I just took a flyer on it. I had no idea what I was getting ready to watch. I didn't know what the genre was, anything. It was like just the weirdest 2-hour fun action movie.
Really?
Yes.
I like Ralph Fiennes too.
Oh, he's great.
I'm a big Ralph Fiennes
He's an
guy. Ever since
unbelievable
Red
actor.
Dragon when he was the creepiest.
I always liked him in The English Patient because you got to see.
You're a filthy little beast. You peed your bed again, you filthy little beast. Oh, you dirty little beast. You heathen little beast making a dirty little bed in your beast. You little dirty boy beast. I should whoop you.
Filthy little beast is right. Talk to me, Joe. ZZZZZZZ.
Okay. I'm celebrating 100 days alcohol-free today with lots of weed. Good for you, Seth Gabriel. We love that guy.
Really though. Good
We
for
really
you,
love. Oh, I like those movies. Kristen, welcome to the show. Hello there. Ross says, replying to Brian Kessler, inside of me. Seth says, cool America. Mind if I come on it?
Seth's
He
trying to
loves
come
that
on
joke.
everything always.
I'm actually anticipating another movie that's coming out in a few months. It's called Antlers. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it looks weird, bud.
What's the last thing Shyamalan did? Village?
I just rewatched The Village.
Pretty good? I need to give it a shot because I had such high hopes for it because of what he'd already done with Sixth Sense and Signs.
Yeah. It's not Sixth Sense. Signs was okay.
Signs
Sixth
was
Sense
just fine.
blew me away.
Sixth Sense was, yeah.
Once you finally caught on to the thing.
I had an unshakable vision from, I used to talk about Exorcist not being able to close my eyes for fucking 6 months without seeing.
Yeah.
Because Trevor was asking the other day, I don't know if you heard about it online or whatever. He's like, can we watch The Exorcist? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
There's a lot of other things I would let you watch.
Miss is the one that's like, I don't want my kids deep in their root with these scary movies. She doesn't want to watch scary movies ever. I'm like, there's some that are okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It made me laugh. It was great.
It fucked me up a little bit.
No, the beginning one, the first one when I was a kid, I wouldn't let my kids watch the new one, but it was funny to see what they made out of it now for the new generation and being a kid and being scared about it.
No doubt. So yeah, he asked, but one of the scenes that really was imprinted on my brain was from The Sixth Sense when that kid asked him if he wants to go see his dad's gun. I had a long period of time where you know how you get the creepy heebie-jeebies.
I'm getting them right
when
now.
you're walking
I'm
like
getting
up
them
dark
right
stairs
now,
or
bud.
down a dark hallway. Like I would whenever I would do that, like when my bedroom is at the end of the hallway upstairs in our house, and like I remember there'd be a time like I would just be walking down the hall and like I would just see that kid, be like, I want to see my dad's gun, and just like walk into my room and I'm like, ah!
And you're like,
I'm going back downstairs. Yeah, I do.
Blocka. Bruce is actually. Oh, no! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Ross?
Spoiler alert!
Is that who you want to be when Jesus comes for you?
The Village. It's the red-haired girl from Black Mirror in the episode with the phone ratings and everything's a rating system. She's in Jurassic World, all the new Jurassic Park movies. She is in The Village, and she's just a phenomenal actress. I really think she's good. I just like her in a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I don't know her name. But The Village, I only got halfway through it. It's Joaquin Phoenix. It's worth a watch. You'd like it because they talk like it's 1830s Massachusetts, so it's like I love the way those people talk. Like
Okay.
huge words all the time, and it's great. But he's got a new one coming out called Antlers that, I don't know. And are you ready for this, Craig? Hey, Craig, are you ready for this, Tom Roser?
Ross
Shut
say,
up,
why
Ross.
would
Nobody
you
see
read
him.
that out loud? No one reads the
Shut up,
comments.
Guess what's
Ross,
coming back?
What the fuck? Everyone reads the comments. There are lots of fans. Almost as many as there are fans of jizz.
Listen to the man.
There's so many jizz fans. Ghostbusters Afterlife. We're going to do the right thing and have it with men again.
Well, that's a relief.
About dang
That's
time.
a relief.
Because the all-female one just did not play well, okay? Sigourney Weaver's going to be in it as Zool. I don't know if she is. I don't.
Zool do anything for you as a kid?
Oh, my. When she's levitating in the bed, I can still move myself.
I didn't understand the blowjob reference. The blowj reference with Aykroyd. Remember his eyes are crossing, the pants are unzipped. I didn't know what was going on.
That was cut from my version.
What? Okay, dude, there were a lot of like adult parts in Ghostbusters, but when Dana was floating over the bed, she could get it. She could get it.
Oh god, yeah.
She could get it. Dana was hot though. The whole Lamaze breathing.
I never thought she was hot.
Sigourney Weaver has never been as hot
from
as
that
she was
moment,
in
though.
That moment.
I was like Avatar Sigourney Weaver, Alien Sigourney, not Alien Sigourney Weaver. All the other Sigourney Weavers, though, I don't know what it was after Zool. Just did it.
There is no Dana, only
Azul. But there are 2 movies I'm really looking forward to, and then maybe one you want to see with your kids, Tom and Jerry. There's a whole movie coming out with that whole thing. But
are these animated? What are the?
Yeah, that's gonna be animated. But guess what? Masters of the Universe reboot is coming out. Okay, bud.
Who's gonna play
okay,
He-Man?
bud. They haven't said yet. No cast has been announced, but anyone who follows Dolph Lundgren's shoes should be lucky. They think that movie's going to be out in 2021.
What is?
Masters of the Universe. They haven't even started shooting it yet. They don't even know who's playing.
That means they're fucking with you.
You think? And then there is.
Do you remember when Slimmer jized all over Bill Murray?
You remember when Slimer jized all over Bill Murray?
You can. It's on speed 1. I thought it was on speed 2.
He just jized on
him. And then guess what, bud?
What?
Jackass 4. They must need some money.
It'll be different without Ryan.
They must. No, it won't.
You plug anybody into there, you heartless fuck.
You really could.
Last James Bond with Daniel Craig.
Mm-hmm.
No Time to Die.
Who's the new Daniel Craig, bud?
Who's the new Bond? Tom Hardy.
No, who's the new Daniel Craig?
Who is the new and up and coming Daniel Craig?
Tom Hardy is one of my favorite actors of all time. I'll say it. I'm not scared. I won't be scared to say it because I'm not. And I'm not scared of anything. Black Widow's coming out. That's a Marvel one. Huh?
That one already came out.
Huh? Did it?
Yeah, I thought it came out in like
Well,
July.
it says 2021.
Oh, maybe it hasn't come out yet.
You don't know. You have zero clue what you're even talking about, sir. Yep. So, yeah, I'm excited.
As you should be. As you should be.
What happened on this date in history, Craig?
Oh, you want to go to the Bundren?
Yeah, I just want to talk about Bundren property groups.
Bundren
This date
property
in
groups.
history.
This date in history. Transparent paper strip photographic film, patented by George Eastman. Eastman Kodak, 1884.
So 1884 popping. Edison's coming up with that gyroscope or whatever that thing's
Yeah,
called.
Edison's coming up with it.
One of his guys is coming up. We got this from the text line. Ghostbusters was great because it was a really cool movie if you were a kid. And if you had the toys and whatnot, then you watch it again as an adult, now understanding the humor, and it's like a whole new movie.
Yeah.
Is that really Seth? That can't be Seth talking like that. Seth, that's not. Oh, someone said.
You know what happened.
Someone said they got turned into Slimer on the text line. That's gross.
Gross.
They got turned into Slimer.
That is gross. On this date in 1912, thanks again, Bundren Property Group.
Thank you, Bundren Property Group.
Former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, Teddy?
Shot.
Hope nothing bad happened to him on
Shot
this day.
and wounded in an assassination attempt.
What's up with people always
in Milwaukee?
What's up
He
with
was
that?
saved by the papers in his breast pocket. And even though
Get
he was
the
wounded,
fuck- get outta
he said,
here.
I'm finishing this speech.
You hate him. Why?
I'm finishing this speech.
He is the man. That couldn't have possibly happened, bud. The
It happened.
papers in his pocket were
happened.
thick enough to slow the bullet down. Get out of here. That did not happen. That dude has so much lore surrounding him that it can't. No way. Don't believe it. I don't believe it, guy, for one bit. For 1 minute, I'm not believing it. And I won't. So deal with that, Craig.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you, bud. No big deal.
I'll bet Teddy Roosevelt had a tremendous jizz yield.
Who had a tremendous jizz yield?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, for sure.
He couldn't ascertain, but he bet on it.
Dude, bud. A lot of jizz, bud. God, we are saying bud. We are saying bud too much now that Brian was right.
Brian's
I don't want to actually admit
Chuck
that.
Yeager broke the sound barrier.
That guy was a bad man.
Yeah. X-1 rocket plane, 1947, broke the speed of sound.
Was that the first plane to break the speed of sound?
Mm-hmm. 1947 was when we broke the sound barriers, when we were reaching Mach 1.
Be like, hey, bud.
My best friend
Hey,
growing
bud.
up. My best friend growing up was just an interesting cat. He was always interested in like just weird history. His dad was really into planes and stuff like that.
What a loser.
What an absolute
He had little shorts on with
Yeah.
the piping.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Native
I
hemp
remember he had a
callback.
Chuck Yeager book that he just like coveted.
Oh.
His dad thought Chuck Yeager was the cool. His dad,
Chuck Yeager is cool.
He is so cool, and like his dad was kind of a gearhead kind of guy. Always had like the fast cars. Always talking up, dude, like
Bobby?
Steve McQueen.
Yeah,
that sounds
guys.
great. Brian was right.
Ryan was right.
You're
What's
right.
up, Tommy Roge? Roge?
Dude, I love me some Tom Rozier.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I should not have watched that Jim Carrey thing yesterday. It's really,
Dude,
it's
what
ruined
is
me.
the deal? I'll tell you what, this one pertains to us,
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. That's Fire Marshal Bill.
1968. Thank you for clearing that up. 1968, Jim Hines, the USA, broke the 10-second barrier in the 100-meter dash.
That's not possible, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Isn't it weird how the 4-minute mile was a thing?
Once it was done, it was done. All good, boys. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, that is crazy. And now, like, they were talking about, and I mean, you figure that was
crazy.
What did they say that was? 68. That was 68.
Wasn't it Steve Prefontaine? No, who broke it first?
That was not Prefontaine. Oh, can you think of it?
Oh, no.
All I know is that when Usain Bolt broke the record in 2008 jogging, they had showed this graph that was like the evolution of sprinters and how it was just like this gradual increase in speed, lower times. And then when it got to 2008, it was like he was 25 years ahead of where he was supposed to be. He was like, all of these guys were always were the fastest in the world, right? Like all of these dudes that did it were the fastest in the world. And then Bolt's speed was like 10 years ahead of the speed evolution on the chart. Like it was just this insane spike. And now, dude, since he's done that, there are ridiculous sprinters that are going. I think he's still clearly the world record holder.
Yeah,
right.
What are you looking at?
You want to do it? 9.58 seconds. That was in 2009 that he set that. 9.5 seconds, bud.
I mean, that kind of has no frame of reference.
Well, 9.5 seconds to cover the span of an entire football field.
I mean, I did it in like 9 3/4 back in the day. 9.75.
What'd you do? What'd you do in 9 3/4?
I ran
75 yards.
I ran the 400, like right under a minute.
You know that the women's record is standing from 1988.
God, so he could do a 400, and does he have any 400 times?
He never, dude. They were always saying that like he's built for the 400. He's so tall and lanky. But he just never wanted. He said, "I'm lazy. I don't want to sprint a 400." So he would always just run 200s and 100s. But his time in the 400, I mean, extrapolate it out. If you could keep that pace,
40 seconds.
40 seconds will be. If at that pace, you're faster than that. 38 seconds.
Okay. World
quarter mile
record, 200 meter.
That should be him again.
19.19.
19.19 is insane.
So it's actually,
dude,
it's
Michael
faster.
Johnson. Yeah, because you're picking up speed there. You don't have to come out of the blocks. Michael Johnson, when he was like a 96 with his gold shoes, I remember those guys were like happy to be like in the 19.8s.
Yeah, it was 20.6 and 51. And then it was 19.8 and 75.
There you go. Okay.
And 19. Yeah, it was
3. Michael Johnson was 19.3, which was insane. I remember when he did it, the world was on those gold shoes.
Yeah, because he beat it by 0.3,
which is insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. 0.3 of a second when you're running at full speed,
and then
is
0.2
the difference in like 12 people in between you.
Yeah, everybody else was breaking off just 0.1.
Once it happens, so it's kind of ties into that like morphic resonance, right? Like once these physical feats happen, once the human race is shown capable of doing these crazy things, all of a sudden there's an entire new swath of humans that like just like instantly evolve into this new frame of reference. It's crazy.
43 is the 400 time.
That's insane. That's insane.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I think the state champs, when we were in high school, the state champs were like 48s, maybe 47s. You're talking about 6 seconds. You know how long 6 seconds is, dude?
In one lap around.
In one lap? Come on. Back then, it was literally a guy using a stopwatch. What if they were just 0.3 off from starting it?
Shut
Who
up.
Who do you think
he thinks they messed up every time?
Buddy, we've done it again.
It's not over yet, is it?
It's 9:59.
I hate this time.
It's
when
my
we say
least
goodbye.
favorite time of day.
Gotta
where
say.
I get to leave behind make believe and come and be with the rest of you.
Cowabunga. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh. Cowabunga.